Kira turns to you all and says, well, do you mind if I share something?
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, you saw me on the bloody sail, and I don't do very well with the idea of jeopardy, which I know sounds a bit stupid, because I'm for the pirate life, but...
I prefer Wheel of Fortune, too.
I just... Welcome, finally, to Cretaceous.
God damn it.
It is such a pleasure to have you here. Cretaceous is currently in cosplay. He doesn't always dress like this, I promise.
Debatable.
I don't believe you.
So, playing with me today, I have Dan.
Hi. Deacon Fredrickson, reporting for duty.
I have Moon.
Hello, playing Sapphire Burnsides.
I have Jamel.
Hi. Atherin here. Ship gunner. How's
And,
Artifice things? A little bit of a crazy one.
and I have Cretaceous Beard.
I am Edith Wheezy with 3 E's, don't ask.
I've waited so long to hear those words in this campaign. Now,
I love it.
small recap. We went tavern crawling, we returned Cornapusha to her rightful home, and we turned in a bounty.
And somehow I got home even though I was drunk as fuck. I don't know how we did it.
The power of friendship.
The power of friendship, yeah, something like that, and Bok.
Somehow you found me in a haystack or something? I don't know.
I believe so, but eventually, after a couple of days of sleeping it off, you hear the clap of hands from Sonia downstairs as it is time to board the ship. You will meet new crewmates and have new adventures.
Time to go already. I only felt like we had half a holiday.
The floor is yours.
Get up,
Yeah.
look for my morning dosage of pancakes, and rally some of the troops and see what everyone's feeling.
I'd assume that I'm already on the boat.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. You probably already got on the boat. You're probably in charge of storing cargo as third mate.
And I'm gonna hunt down more hangover juice because I am probably still feeling a little bit rat-faced.
Jamal,
from
it's
that.
been 5 days.
It takes a long time to recover from being that drunk.
Very well.
And not everyone can handle their alcohol. It's great.
No, like, Atron clearly can't, as we knew from the bar crawl.
And at this
Atron does not do well.
And as the three of you are gathering your breakfast, sorry, Sapphire, are you breakfasting? Are you cooking for us? Are you grabbing whatever's available from the tavern? What's your plan?
Oh, I'll grab whatever is available from the tavern since it's probably weird for me to try and cook at the tavern.
Yes, it would be a bit strange, though I will tell you for free that should you reach into your bag of extension, you will now find it stocked with various food ingredients.
Well, I
Chop
expected
Chop
that,
is
but yeah.
true to his word.
Hey.
However, right now, Edith Wheezy has bigger problems, and by bigger problems, I mean Bok. Bok is a giant. He thinks he's a bard. We're not entirely sure whether he's actually a bard yet. But he's working on it, He's played a few tunes, given some inspiration out, but most of all, he likes swinging a quarterstaff, and that's what he's good at. And yes, you are attempting to get a 16-foot giant onto your boat. And he greets you as he comes on, and he says, I Bok.
Good morning, honey. Are you reporting for duty?
I Bok.
Sounds like we've got ourselves a real charmer here. Listen, honey, I need you to get on the boat. Let's go. Can I grab... Well, I guess I'm a dwarf, so I'm very... He's a giant, correct?
He's 16 foot tall.
Okay, so I grab him by one of the leg hairs. And I said, let's go, honey. And I start, like, pulling him.
He steps onto the gangplank. He steps over you. It is clear he's quite used to boats. And as he steps onto the boat, you see the boat rock a little bit. As he finally steps to the front. And he sits himself down, and if you imagine, right, we haven't got an image for this boat, but I'm going to give you a little picture. For metagaming purposes, please, all three of you, take note of this as well. On your boat, you have at the front a captain's quarters. This is set about 15 foot back from the front of the boat, and in that gap we have a sitting Bok. You then have the mast, the primary mast, where you will go up to the crow's nest. You then have a second compartment, which is the gunnery. and this is where you will find ammo and various other stores. And a little back from there, we have the galley, where food will be cooked. And, just at the back of the boat, you will have the trapdoor leading downwards to below decks. You will find, for convenience sake, that it is identical in layout to your previous boat, because I'm nice like that. The only exception is you do not have on this boat a first mate's quarters. You will be quartering up with the captain. You will have a separate room within the quarters, but yes. Second and third mate will be sleeping in there, either in the galley or in the ammunitions room, or in the small corner of the first mate's room, or downstairs. Edith Wheezy, as you are helping Bok onto the boat, he hands you something that he's found, and it appears to be a sack of gold.
Can always get behind some gold.
This stout stack of gold is always full to the brim with gold coins, but it is impossible to remove the gold coins by any means. It does, however, weigh 160 pounds, so if you wish to throw it at somebody, be my fucking guest.
In case we need a bonus anchor.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what's coming out of that one. Thank you for that, Jack. So, the rest of you all breakfasted up. And as you are headed towards the boat, Ferris Blackfire turns to Atherin and says, you ready to get acquainted with your new ship?
I haven't been acquainted with my new ship yet. This will be a fun little thing to take a look at.
That is precisely why I asked if you are ready to be acquainted with your new ship.
Very much ready. Let's go.
Excellent.
Let's do this.
At this point, Sapphire, if you take a little look around, give me a perception check. Sapphire, you with us?
Yeah, kitty.
How exactly have my left? Oh, there it is.
I also said be right back.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that one.
Let me just
Perception check, if you don't mind, please, man.
13.
13. Yes, that's enough. You see over in the corner, the 6 young dwarves are fighting
no,
over
I don't want to see
something.
anything.
They're tussling over something, and more importantly, what you don't see is Chop Chop.
Are we on the ship?
No,
Or-
you guys are currently in the
Okay.
tavern,
Okay.
getting ready to go down. Well, Ferris Blackfire and Atherin have just left the tavern to head down to the ship. And you see your 6 dwarves, who you are charged with keeping order of, fighting
go
over
on
something.
over there. See what they are fighting about.
And as you go over, you get a very good Nemo Seagull impression from them as you hear mine from all of them, as they are battling over what appears to be a small, rounded gold circlet.
What has he got there, guys?
It's mine! And then,
What
Nori,
is it?
Yeah, we don't know.
Give it here.
It looks pretty. Fine. And Dory takes the gold circle and yoinks it off of Nori and Cory and Lori and Rory and Fory and hands it to you.
Would I have any idea what it is?
Give me an Arcana check as you receive it.
An Arcana check. I'm so good at those. Oh, I actually rolled better on that than my perception, but 11.
11? You ain't got a fucking clue. You do, however, know that it's magical, and you know that perhaps one of your friends may be more acquainted with this than you. Clearly, I can tell you for free that it's not going to help a little dwarf who wants to cook. So they deserve it not. Oh, that's pretty.
At least for now.
Can you?
Will it help a little cat who wants to cook?
Have you got a pretty coin? You have a pretty coin. You can keep the circlet. I believe your dwarves are requesting 1 gold.
Or you can have nothing until I figure out what this is.
But not even breakfast?
You can have breakfast.
Oh, okay. And they sort of move over as 6 over to the table and start, digging into their food.
Fucking forgot about that shit real quick.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how they go. Just distract them. They're pretty happy. And at this moment, Chop Chop does enter the tavern, and he looks over to you and he says, "Oh, Sapphire, are we ready to go jump on board?"
The little dwarves are just finishing up their breakfast.
Oh, leave them behind. They'll get there in time.
No, okay. Well, then I'm gonna head on over there with Chop Chop.
Well, they won't. I pulled them through the bag of extension once. It was quite the extravagant maneuver. But they'll get there eventually. And as you're headed out, a tiefling comes up to you, who you know. This is Kira, from your previous boat. Kira looks over and says, "Oh, hi there. I'm going to be joining your crew today. I know I ran off, but I hear that Elris is a kind and good master, and well, somebody said you had a new first mate.
No, we do. Diedrich.
Who the fuck is Diedrich?
Did I remember his name wrong?
That's Diedrich Confrickson. Deacon.
You know what?
Which one's Deacon?
Okay, that's the last time I refer to PC character names.
Which one's
Dan it
Deacon?
is. Dan it is.
Which one's
That's
Deacon?
me.
He's
Hi.
asking.
Hi.
He's
Oh.
the cleric.
Oh, hi there.
Hi.
Are you gonna be the first mate? You were the nice guy, right? The healing guy.
Yeah, I'm
Nice
usually
is
pretty
debatable.
nice.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I'll be your lookout on this boat. It's
Oh.
a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, pleasure to have
Good
you, and I
you.
extend my hand to shake.
Let's see, reaches up. This
short
particular
is this
tiefling
tiefling?
is actually 3'9".
Fucking halfling tiefling. All right.
It
You
is.
made someone shorter than my tiefling.
Well, you may also recall he told you that he was in his late 60s, but he appears to be a child. So we'll get to that when we get to that. It's something he's not going to divulge right now. And finally, Deacon, a young boy comes up to you, Nava, the ship's boy, and he says, "Captain's asking for you if you're ready."
I believe we're ready. We're all breakfast up. I got a little schmutz off my face, but yeah, that's I'm ready, and I not take Nava and head towards the ship.
Deacon, I forgot one thing. And he hands you a ring. As you
The
take
ring.
the ring, you can hear Sonia's voice in your head. Lucky you. Saying, "All right, we're ready for departing. First mate and captain's got to wear these communication rings that we stole. Hope that's all right with you. Don't worry until you touch the gem. After your first acquaintance with it, you won't be able to hear me. I won't be able to hear you. It's not like I'll be reading your thoughts. But as and when you need to communicate, just put your thumb against the gem and speak loudly."
I put the ring on like a wedding ring.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So you will now be able to communicate with your other boats should you need to. That's the purpose of that one.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, I didn't know how else to do cross-boat communication from like across the sea. You know, exactly. I just
You
thought,
need
I'm
the
not doing that
megaphone
shit.
like in Sea of Thieves.
Okay.
Oh!
So what I will
Perception
say,
check every time someone talks. I was like, no, I'm good.
what I
go
will
on,
say
Jamal.
is that's certainly a lot better than having to cast sending all the damn time.
Yeah,
just to be
I
able to
considered
communicate.
that one as well, and then I was like, no, do you know what? I'm not having 18 people with message and bards. I just thought, let's just send you out with a ring. So,
Yeah, no
We
thanks.
could just pass notes via parrot courier.
Parrot. Oh, how did I miss that? How did I miss Parrot Courier? I will allow you to communicate with Parrot Courier in the future, should you wish.
Blunt an opportunity now.
More importantly, when you get down to the gangway, and there is already a problem on this boat. You see
Oh,
Elris standing
there
at the top of the gangway, and he's shouting down at what appears to be a strange-looking creature. Give me a nature check, history check. You can choose, Deacon.
I wanted Deacon to look at this damn coin. God damn it! She fucking ignored me.
Yeah, he's not. He was in a hurry. He'll catch up with you shortly.
15?
15. Yeah, I'll give that to you. This is a Simic hybrid. And he is trying to get on board, and he insists that Sonia has said that he could board, but Elris is already being quite obstinate and saying that he cannot.
What is going on here?
This strange creature wishes to join our crew. He keeps telling me that Sonia says so, but, well, I've got no proof.
Interesting. I eye this creature up and down. You there? What's your name?
Name's Voss.
Boss. And you said Sonia sent you?
boats.
Well, Sonia said I could join the crew if, as long as I keep my hands to myself, were her words.
Interesting. And I will put my hands behind my back, drill sergeant style, walk them up and down, and I will slowly rub the gem with my thumb. And how does it work? Do I actually
Yeah, you just
say stuff out loud, or
speak,
do I just
yeah.
think?
You can. Well, you do think, but yes, you for the purpose of me being able to hear it, please speak out loud. But yes, you would think.
I would like to
Like,
ask
he's like-
Sonia.
Okay, done.
I like to. So I'm physically speaking out loud when I say these
no,
messages.
you
so
don't
I
have to.
bring
No,
sort
you
of-
can just think it so that it's if you
Okay,
wish.
yeah, no. So I think Sonia, did you send some weird salamander-looking guy? I don't know. What does the Simic hybrid look like?
I have an image for you. I forgot to upload it, so let me grab that for you. Searching.
I'll basically ask her if she sent me some kleptomaniac mutant to put on this boat.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, what it looks like is sort of a green-haired fish. That's the best
I
thing.
mean, there's a lot of Simic hybrids out there.
Sounds a bit like a merfolk to me in a way.
She looks a bit like a merfolk. Oh, I've just revealed her gender. She wasn't planning on doing that, but well, never mind.
Nope.
Too late.
Hey man, we don't assume.
Oh, no, of course I haven't said.
Oh
so.
yeah, her gender is totally secret.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally.
She's definitely female. But yeah, well, yes, we'll call her she for now. We'll call her
We
she
were
for now.
progressive for a good 20 seconds there. Nope.
We'll call her she for now, but that is Voss.
That's Voss. So
Okay.
did you send this Voss character to be a part of our ship?
Wait, is it Vase or Boss?
Voss?
VAAS?
V-A-R-S.
Vars?
Yeah, Vaz, but she says Voss with a because everything she says is gonna come out. Yes, Sonia says, is that the Simic hybrid thing?
It's a thing, alright. Looks like it's got fucking seaweed for
Green
hair.
hair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smell
take
her from
along,
here.
Keep an eye on her. She's a demon in battle, but
I thought you were gonna say she's a demon in bed.
haven't tested that one yet. But she's a runaway.
Interesting.
So for those of you who don't know, actually, give me a history check, Deacon. Find out for yourself.
20.
Yeah, fantastic. The Simic hybrids have been enslaved by the Drow for, well, a long, long time now. Almost 400 years. And this is on one of the Spice Islands that is usually kept quite secret and well guarded. The Simic hybrids are all enslaved there. So a runaway is quite unusual.
You got it, Josh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, she tells you that yes, she would like you to let her on board for this particular mission, but keep a close eye on her.
Okay. I will look back to starts with an E. I'm looking for the name.
Elris.
It's not Elrin. I had Elrin. I was close. Yeah, I'll look up to Elris and go. Let her on. Well,
Sonia say so? Oh, the ring! He looks at his hand and he's just like, an idiot. Sorry, it's all new to me. Yeah, and as this Simic hybrid progresses up the gangplank, she sort of turns and head either side, and then leaps over across onto the boat, making a large jump. Jesus. Alright, okay, at this particular moment, Edith Wheezy, as you are grappling with the cargo, something slips out. It's sharp, and it catches you in the hand, and you take 2 points of piercing damage. However, as
I see the spam going on.
Bloody hell, Josh.
as you do so, a pouch drops from the cargo. Please pick it up.
Yoink.
And as you pick it up, you feel a warm essence of healing run through you. We have just damaged you, reverse the damage, and you find 100 gold pieces inside and a scroll. I'm well aware that you named an NPC, but you haven't met them yet.
What a life the pirate life is.
it's a whirlwind of emotions.
It really is. Oh dear.
Go home, go home.
Yes, okay. It contained a short rest. No, it didn't. I will save the short rest when it's going to be useful to people. So, Yeah, as you collect up your cargo and you hear the sound of people getting on board, Edith, it is probably time to go and join your crewmates. Ferris has led you, Atherin, up the gangplank already, and is getting you acquainted with the gunnery room. And
Excellent.
the majority of what you see in here is small cannonballs weighing approximately 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds, 25 pounds, and 30 pounds.
Nice.
You see some ammunition, standard guns, which is shareable out, and you see the boat's supply of potions and apothecary equipment. As well as something very bizarre. And what this looks like is, if you imagine a circular piece of metal with a bubble across it. You know, like one of those bubble blowing things before it gets going. That is what it looks like. And Ferris explains that this is one of Elros's new tools. But if you peer deeply into it, and please place your hands alongside it,
And I shall.
you will need to give me an Arcana check, please. Probably with advantage, you are acquainted with these unusual items. Edith Wheezy, are you currently hungover?
No, I'm great. This has been a nice sober weekend.
Give me your Arcana check, please.
No.
With advantage? It's an
I have huge amounts of variance today. I rolled a nat 1 and then a nat 20.
Oh, perfect. Well, the nat 20 is your advantage, so that's fantastic. As you look through it, you realize that what you are seeing is the view from the front of the ship.
Oh.
And should you swivel it, please do, as is on a swivel.
Yep.
This is in the center of the room, so you can walk all the way around it. I'm not going to force you
Yep,
to
so I
do
can just
this.
happily swivel this around and
It
just
will give you a
yoink
display
myself
from
all over.
all around the boat. There is no zoom
I get a
on it.
panorama 360 view of the boat?
Yeah, you. Well, no, I mean you're
Can it
like you're
swivel
looking
up?
like all the way
Are you
round.
Google car?
It is
Yeah, it's swivel
basically
upwards.
no, it is just at sea
Oh,
level.
so I can't see the mast, the rigging, the crow's
You can't,
nest.
you
then,
can't
I
look at
just
the
see-
boat. It is effectively as if you were walking along the very edge of the boat, looking the whole 360 degrees around outside.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so this
Yeah, you're a
is
Google car.
yeah, you're a Google car, exactly. Yeah, so
car,
it is
yep.
basically her using her arcane eye. Him using a system of arcane eye to allow you to look through the portal. And
That's
speaking of
clever.
upgrades, Chop Chop leads Sapphire into the galley and shows you that he has already
After
stowed
this.
the. I'll come back to you in 2 seconds, Jamal.
Yeah.
He has already stowed the cold bag, the hot bag, the fishing bag, and his own bag of extension. And should you wish to also stow yours in the cupboard, you may, or you can keep it on you. He also shows you the sleeping chambers for your 6 dwarves that are friends, and his own sleeping chambers, which are in the galley. You do have sleeping chambers there too, Sapphire, should you wish. The galley is quite large as it goes down into the boat, so it is effectively on 2 floors. And his favourite thing is that there is a little chimney in the galley, so you can light a live fire and roast things. And it, as long as you keep it within the stone walls, it will go straight up out of the boat.
Fancy.
Yeah. These Deceit members lived a fine life. All this, he says, have a look at this. And he shows you on the wall a rack of pans. Take a pan down for me.
Grab one of the pans.
Okay, as you look up at the wall, the pan is still there. But you are now holding a pan as well.
What the fuck?
Doesn't matter how many pans you take, they're limitless.
I'm gonna put the pan in my apron.
Thought you might. Stock up, my friend.
Gotta grab a bunch of pans and put them in my apron. Cool, I'm set.
And at this
Set
moment,
for leaving.
sorry, we will resume shortly back with Jamal. What were you asking? Jamal?
Ah, right.
Asking something?
Sorry, I thought you were saying shortly back to someone else.
No,
But
to you.
yeah, okay, to me. Right. So on this tour around, how many cannons does this ship have? Whereabouts are they roughly
They have
positioned?
6. You have 2 at the stern, 2 at the aft, and 2 on the port and starboard side. Look at me with my ship terms, by the way. Googled it before session. So basically, 2 at the front right, 2 at the back right. 2 at the back, right and left. 2 at the front, right and left, and 2 at the sides, right and left. Yes. You
So
also
sort of
have,
broadside alignment.
yeah. You could swivel them to effectively almost crossfire at the edge of the boat. So they have a full 180 degrees. And on top of that, you also have what appears to be 2 ship's grapnels. And what these are like normal grappling hooks, but way, way bigger, and they are fired from a device that looks a bit like a large crossbow. And they will grapple onto the boat, and he then shows you that you can reel them in, pulling a boat closer to you, should you land.
Excellent.
Basically harpoons with chains or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Harpoon chains, that's what we're going to call them now, actually. That's an excellent word for them.
In
and...
addition, there are...
Go on.
Sorry, continue for a sec.
And finally, you have a pitch catapult on either side of the, so front and back, which will allow you to catapult small bits of rock, shrapnel, caltrops, maybe even some burning pitch towards another boat.
I like it.
And finally, he shows you that you are responsible for the main mast. And he shows you a small sack next to the main mast with 2 pulleys on it. And this is a small bag of holding, which is placed upon the deck. And should you reel the pulleys, it will reel up a second mast, should the first one collapse. It doesn't have any sails attached to it.
Okay, well, that's cool.
It's just a backup stick.
Backup stick, yeah. That's handy. So... yeah.
For those of you who missed the joke, Dan yesterday
sure,
used an immovable rod in a one-shot that we were doing off stream to, and a system of pulleys to grab a sword out of the stone, becoming the new Arthur. But anyway, go on.
Arthur, shame.
Right. So I'd like to take a moment with Ferris to sort of establish some ranges on the cannons and sort of figure out how far these cannons shoot.
Knowing my lovely mechanical Jamel, I have this prepped. Your catapults have 600 foot of range. Your cannons have 1200 foot of range, though he says they will only be accurate within 400.
I've got something to say about that.
Okay, that's fine.
I have my artificer tools, and I can only do this at the minute with 4 of the cannons. Mm-hmm. So the front 2, the back 2, I shall take a moment to using some glass,
Jamal, I'm gonna let you off for
enchanting
free.
some...
He's an artificer too. He has already done exactly what you're doing. The range will not extend, nor will the accuracy become better yet.
So I can't craft a very intricate rangefinder and sight system to increase the accuracy of these cannons out.
That is what is allowing you to have 1200 foot of range.
God damn it! You've already thought of what.
Yes, I literally looked at your
officer
class and went, "What could Jamal try? Let's make sure it's already done." Otherwise, our whole episode will be Jamal playing with cannons. You have 2 catapults that have 300 foot of range. 2 grapnels that have 300 foot of range. And that concludes your systems.
Okay, well, I would at least like to create some little range finding charts with my artifice magic, just so you know. There's
you get an idea of exactly how it operated.
Yes,
I will
slightly
also
less
say,
chance that the idiot drunks on the ship will fuck it up.
I will also
Slightly less
say that
chance.
if you fire these, they are far more likely to be accurate than if you let Dory, Cory, Nori, Forry, Laurie, and Rory fire them, at which point they may hit anything.
That would be fun, though.
It would be fun, yeah. I wish I could make the cannons more idiot-proof, but apparently Ferris has already beaten me to it,
he has
and
attempted
my
to do
thunder
just
got stolen.
and at this moment, you hear Elris call in a pathetically gentle voice for a captain. He's going to have to work on that. He goes, "All mates to the captain's quarters, please." He even said please. So...
hey lad, you gotta gruffen up on that a bit.
That's Deacon and Edith, who are being called, as well as your second mate.
Reporting for duty.
Yep, over we go.
Okay, and Deacon and Edith, this is the first time you have met. So as you enter the room, you see Derek Gervain, recently promoted second mate, known to have a bit of an alcohol problem. And
Don't we all?
Elris standing behind a table with a large map spread across it. Very similar to the one you see here, but with more of the world on it. A set of navigator's tools with compasses, etc. Some charts. And a large tally list on the side and containing the cargo that you are currently holding. And Elris says, "Right, I think it's time for some introductions. My name is Elris Golden Downs, should you not know me yet. I think most of you do. I will be captaining. I know that I'm perhaps a bit of a strange choice, the captain, as... Well, this pirate life is a bit unusual to me, but I'm mostly going to defer to you guys on how we operate, and I'm going to more focus on making sure that we do operate successfully. I'll be looking to you, and he looks to Deacon, to say, to mostly work out what the crew wants in terms of, you know, when we go for booty, when we're ready for a fight, and when we need to take into land. Yeah, sure, I'm going to stick with that. Take into land.
Gotcha.
Deacon, would you mind introducing yourself to these guys? I know you've met Derek briefly.
Hi, I'm Deacon. Pleasure to meet you. I reach my hand out for handshakes to everyone. I've been... Oh, I'd go down. I've been smuggling my whole life. The recent unfortunate turn of events has led to me getting away from that, but I find myself right at home on a boat, and this is where I've wound up.
Good, good. And then she turns to the person who isn't Derek Gervain at all. I've got the wrong name. She turns to Chop Chop Kilbasa, your second mate, who is your casual cooking dwarf with cleavers for weapons. And he turns around and he says, well, good day, I'm Chop Chop. If you don't know me, you should. Finest chef in the land, and new to this whole mating thing, but...
A lot of fun once you get used to it.
Not that type of mating, lad. I know that one. I'll be second mate here. I'll be looking after the galley, making sure that we're all provisioned well, making sure that we're all set coming in and out of port. And other than that, I'll be deferring to you, Deacon. One other thing, I've actually brought my daughter on board for this particular... Well, we're going to give her a test out. She's a mean fighter, but not too good at following orders. Name's Galus, which I have corrected the spelling of in your notes. It is not gay-less. You know what, bitch? It is Galus. And she will be...
spelling, and you never gave it to me.
She will be boarding the boat, but she is a member of the regular crew. At this point, Elris turns to Edith Weezy and says, Edith, would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Edith Weezy, with 3 E's. Don't ask. I'm a 244-year-old dwarf, and my tale and why I'm here can only be told over rum, because I'm very emotional. I'm here to serve.
You don't ask, Webby.
Yeah, you don't ask. It's right in the tagline.
I reach over
I'm
and just
tempted
kind of
to ask now, just because I want
rub
to ask
Edith's
if
back
you're
in
3 or 4.
support.
Aw.
Yeah, but Jamal, you're not
Thank you,
present
honey.
right now. Sorry, I really missed what you said, Deacon.
I said I reach over and just kind of like rub Edith's back and support and be like, it's okay. One day we'll cross that bridge.
Elris says, well, now that we're all acquainted, I'm sure that you all understand your individual roles. Does anybody have any questions?
Where are we going first?
Well, that was my first question. You see, Sonia has plotted us a course, and he begins to do a sort of series of dashes on the map. It will take you to northeastern Cressware. And in northeastern Cressware, you will find Javasta. And Javasta is that correct? I got that wrong. Sorry, I've got the wrong notes open. I've just realised I'm trying to look at your notes for my information. It's not helping in the slightest. Unless you guys have already written what's to come. Thanks for popping in, Webby. Appreciate it. Lavi, I don't know why I'm
Catch you
calling
next
you Webby.
time.
That's confusing.
Yep.
Yes, sorry, it is Javasta. I did get this right. You would know that this is also where you were asked to persuade the halflings to sell their jewels, and possibly where Jura from the Deceit is hiding.
Yeah, that's what we were looking for.
However, he says, I have plotted 2 alternate courses should you wish, or maybe you could make some suggestions. And he shows you a course that will basically take you... Where's my boat? Please, boat. Will basically take you directly through what is known as Death Alley. This is a very brave course for a new pirate. But the thing about Death Alley is that most merchant ships need to make their way south of the Pirate Isles. But some few daring ships attempt to make their way through the middle, avoiding the standard trafficking pirate routes down south, which are far wider waters, and fights here are known to be fairly deadly. He says, I understand this is a controversial course, but I want to show Sonia that we're up to the best of the best. But in the third course I've plotted is a little further afield, and will require some map maneuvering. And this course would take you to the land of Geranimir. And he suggests that we go around the outside of Cressware, and we arrive over at Geranimir, where we'd port in for Little Rock, one of the smaller dwarven towns, where they are known to sell some fabulously rare goods. And he would like to try selling and buying the cargo there. And he turns to Deacon, he says, this course will ultimately be up to you, and if you wish to travel elsewhere, that would be fine.
I believe we were talking about going to the northeast of Cressware, and everyone was on board with that when we were speaking at dinner last night. So that's where my vote would be to go. We were looking for the trader Jura.
Ah, Jura. Nasty
Yes.
piece of work, Jura.
And,
yeah, there's a bounty out for his head, isn't there?
Yeah.
You'd have to split it between the ship, but the money's good.
Yeah.
Cressware is definitely a good place to sell and buy goods as well. I could see that. The halflings are renowned for their harsh haggling, but they're also renowned for their rare goods.
Yeah. We also had business with some of the halflings while we were down there, trying to get some of them to part with their jewels.
Yeah. Trying to get them to part with the black pearls, are you?
We're not going to try. We will get them to part with the black pearls.
Well, in that case, I would love to travel.
Diplomacy or violence is yet to be determined.
Now, here's my thinking. If we set sail and we cut it really close to shore, we'll miss out on the opportunity to get to see any other boats on the way, but we'll overtake Sonia. And we'll be first to Cressware. Get our first dib on the goods. What do you say?
I mean, don't we report back to Sonia anyway?
Yes, but she doesn't know how much money's in our hold.
That's the spirit.
This could be a lucrative opportunity.
Yeah, son, we're pirates here. Gotta make profit where profit's due, of course. We'll have to give our tithe to Sonia no matter what.
As he's saying this, I've got my hands in my pockets, and I'd like to, on the ring, to see if I can get Sonia to hear what he's saying.
You are thinking out loud what she's saying, and she, you hear a laugh come through. And she says, oh, darling, every ship takes more than they should. I still get what I need.
She also says snitches get stitches.
She doesn't give a shit.
I'm just saying that.
She also
I'm just
will
trying to
probably
make my way to the top.
Yeah, she probably will also tell you that competition is healthy amongst the boats, as it'll cause all of you to strive to be your best. And then she laughs and says, besides, if you beat us to Javasta, I'll give you 1,000 gold myself.
I'll take that bet. Yeah. We set sail now. Quickest way there.
Okay, sounds good to me. And with that, you hear the sounds of 2 oars in the water. Sapphire, Athrin, once you've completed your tours of your rooms, you are out on deck, and you see that Bok has what appears to be 2 large shovels, really. They are sort of hugely wide oars, and he is rowing you out from the bay. Speeding up. He is huge. He is speeding up your presence somewhat, and as the sails catch the wind, the boat begins to glide into motion. And
I think Bok's got the right idea of all of this stuff. I think Bok might secretly be a genius.
He's keeping it really secret.
I'm gonna be real, I still think he's secretly a genius, we just don't know it yet.
Well, speaking of
as
secret...
Bok is doing this rowing, I'd like to sit down in front of him with flashcards and train him on his literacy as he rows.
Okay, and he will choose to look at these cards, and as he's doing it, he will, in motion with the row, go A, B, C, C, C. He's not gone any further yet, unfortunately. But that's something. He's getting there.
Listen, he knows the C. That's all that really matters.
Say we can ask him where he is, and he's the C.
The C! The C! The C! His heroes are wrong. Yes, he has, however, learned some wonderful new words, and more importantly, after a short while, he takes up a little ditty about how he arose the sea, and this doesn't have any words to it, because he's not that clever. It merely has a little humming tune. He is effectively giving you a sea shanty. And may you enjoy it. And at this point, I will leave you guys to free play, because the boat is moving.
Hey, Deacon. Seems like
Hi.
you're doing a pretty good job with Buck there.
I'm trying.
I'm actually kind of curious now. As how
You
far we
also
can
need
take this
reading
project.
I lean in for that. It's okay. If you're embarrassed about it, we can do it a little bit more privately.
Well, maybe you could help me read some of these scholarly papers, because some of the holy man theories are a little bit
A little much for you.
crazy. A little bit
Oh.
crazy. I can't quite understand the holy man madness, you know.
Oh, but those are the best kind. Yeah. I'd like to proceed through the crew, check in on everyone, check in with my friend Sapphire, see how she's doing.
As you do, you head along and you see a girl an elven girl, sat at the edge of the boat, with her legs over the edge of the boat. She appears to be working on the rigging right now. Is that a wave, or are you parting her
That was her legs.
Oh, okay. Yes, I was just checking. So yeah, you see her.
Smells like ocean.
She's definitely working
Oh,
on the
God.
rigging. And she appears to be sniffling and possibly a little sad.
Would I know her name?
No, you haven't met this one yet. She's one of the original crew members of the Deceit. Edith Weezy would know her name, but you would not. So approach her. I'll find out. Or don't. Your choice.
Excuse me, young miss, what
Oh,
What
Deacon,
ails you
sir,
today?
Deacon, sir, you're the first mate, right? I'm Eleanor. I'm pleasure to meet you. I really didn't want to do this.
push her right off the boat.
Please don't. She's dead, murdered. No, in all seriousness. She turns around and she says, yeah, I worked the Deceit before this, and
Yeah.
I hated it, in all honesty. I'm really looking forward to a real crew, a bit of camaraderie.
Yes, well, we aim to stick together around here.
Good. Sorry to... And she wipes her eyes. Sorry to look a bit emotional. I've left my son behind. This is the first time.
Understandable. And is he at least in good hands?
Oh, he's grown now. She's an elf. So he is sort of probably 30 or 40. But she's always sailed with him before. He used to crew the Deceit, but he's given up on the pirate life and taken up a bit of smuggling. So
My type of person.
a little less risky, and in all honesty, I'm happy about it. But oh, it's difficult to leave him behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understandable. I recently parted ways from my own family, and I can empathize with your struggles.
Thank you, sir. You're kind, sir. I don't know whether you know much about me, but when it comes to the battle, I like to be the first to cross when I can.
Real go-getter.
Something really makes me feel better about it. Stick a dagger into someone's back.
I'm sure the opportunity will present itself soon.
I'm glad to hear it. That's what I'm used for on ship. I'm good with the knots. That's why Norris has me doing the rigging right now.
I wink at her.
Marvelous. Oh, good day, sir.
Good day.
She had such a lovely name before Josh called her Eleanor. Never mind. No.
Shade!
Yeah, but now I get to try and have some kinky BDSM sex with an Elena.
Oh, great! I look forward to it.
I can't believe I just heard what I heard.
So is it fair to
Front of
say?
everyone.
Is it fair to say, Athron, that you're probably now engaged in deep conversation with Bok, or did you leave him to it after Deacon was there?
I've decided to leave Bok to it, and I will make sure that everything around the cannons and our ship weaponry is fully resupplied. We have all of the gunpowder and water and everything that we need, and take some time to start doing some gunnery drills with.
Well, right now you have no ammunition whatsoever, no gunpowder, no anything in the slots next to the cannons. You have ammunition trays and gunpowder slots that have not been filled.
Edith's gonna start working on that then.
Okay. So Edith will be helping you, I believe, Athron, while you stock up. This is probably the first time you guys will get to meet each other, so as you bump into each other in the ammunition room, the floor is yours.
Yeah, to help out with the loading and preparation.
Absolutely, honey. Just tell me where to go.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's what I'd love to hear. We're gonna need more powder up in the barrels by the cannons. Do you reckon you can add that for me?
Can I just... Sorry, Jamel, just 2 seconds. I don't think Edith Wheezy would know Athron either. You might want to introduce yourself.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah. Apologies. I really should introduce myself, yeah. Name's Athron. Athron Mistrath. I'm the ship gunner... I'm the ship gunnery captain, am I at this point? Or is that still Ferris?
No, you are in charge of the gunnery.
Gunnery captain, aye. Wait, what role's Ferris nowadays, then?
One of my grandchildren was named Athron. That's funny you should say that. My name is Edith Wheezy. I'm a 244-year-old dwarf. I've got a lot of baggage on me, but that story's best shared with some rum. I'm here to work and keep my mind focused. She starts tearing up a little bit again. She's an ugly crier too. I'd just like to get to the task at hand, if you don't mind.
Oh my.
I saw that. Time for rum another time.
To let you know, Jamel, literally, Ferris's role is sort of overseer right now. He's just there to make sure that you know what you're doing, correct you if you're making any mistakes, and possibly help out in the first battle, and then once you hit Crestware, he would depart.
Gotcha. Righty-ho.
Okay, so as the two of you are filling up on your stores, Sapphire, what are you doing?
We're still on the main ship, right?
No, you're on your own ship.
Okay.
To the seat.
All right. No. Yeah, I meant the seat.
Oh yeah. You're in charge of the galley right now, but yes, you're on the ship.
You said there's bedding in the galley for me and the dwarves, right?
For you and all 7 dwarves, yes.
Would I be able to make a little separate area for me so
You've
that
got
they
a separate
can't
room.
come?
You've got a separate room.
Oh, I got a separate room. Okay.
Yeah.
I missed that. My bad.
Yeah, it's sort of attached to the back of the galley. So the galley is on 2 floors. As you go downstairs, you have small separate rooms for you and for Chop Chop, and then the other side of the galley, you have a bedroom with 6 tiny little beds in it, in a nice little row.
And that's for the dwarves.
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to go check and make sure everything's all good with the dwarves in there, real quick.
Yeah, it's a fucking mess in there. It's an absolute fucking mess in there. One bed's on halfway up the wall right now. There's bedding strewn all over the floor there. Each of them seems to want the same bed, and they're currently jumping on it and fighting each other, basically.
Oh my god. Munchkins, what are you doing?
Munchkins! Well, you see, Nori said that Corey could have this bed, but then Corey said that Laurie is gonna... And you just get a whole, 5 people talking at once. Basically, they all want to sleep in the same bed.
Fix it now.
Okay. At this point in time, I think it's fair to say that you've had a short rest, if you wish to take that. And more importantly, you have discerned the use of your golden circlet.
Oh, I was gonna go do that next. I guess I don't have to do that.
Yep, sorry, save you some time. It helps you a little bit, but this is basically a straight +3 to perception.
Oh,
That's all it is. No attunement required. You place it on your head, and +3 to perception is given to you.
how the fuck do I put that?
You literally just... I think you can actually custom your perception. I could be wrong.
Yeah, if you click on it and then click customize,
Aha!
there's skill magic bonus to do
Yeah.
a +3 there.
Yeah, so that's how you do it. I will homebrew the item for you later on, though, so it will just give it to you.
Yeah.
But yes, it's just a flat 3 bonus to perception, and obviously you're welcome to it yourself or to give it to anybody else. But more interestingly, this has a small story to it. And although you are unable to discern any of the story itself, you are able to work out that this is crafted by dwarves. I had Edith in knee-high boots. I don't know about anybody else.
What?
But yeah, Sapphire, as you have discerned your circlet, you are able to leave the channel. Bye! Sapphire, as you are able to discern what your circlet does, you are able to then resume what you were doing.
Chop Chop's a dwarf, right?
Chop Chop is a dwarf.
I'm gonna go talk to Chop
In my
Chop.
mind, he's a sentient panda.
Okay, Chop Chop is
Yeah, I
currently
keep
doing
thinking he's a fucking panda.
doing the most unexpected thing. He is currently chopping the vegetables on the side, and I really had not thought of that until I went to say he's chopping the vegetables. Yeah, and there he is, and you see tears running down his face.
Are you okay, Chop Chop? Or are you just cutting onions?
Ah, yeah, just the onions, just the onions. Still haven't worked
Oh,
anything out to sort that one out. Even a dwarf
Well,
cries
question
when it's
for you,
onions.
Chop Chop.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen this little circlet before?
My,
Recognize it at all?
that is a fine piece of work. Well, no, but that's come straight from Geranimir. Where did you find that?
The Munchkins were fighting over it.
The boys were fighting over it?
Yeah,
Oh,
I have no idea where
God.
they got it from.
That can't be good. Well, it sure as
But-
hell doesn't belong to them.
Nope, belongs to me now. Unless it's of some
Excellent.
greater value.
Well, I mean, it's worth some gold, but... Well, I mean, it's invaluable on a
Sentimental
ship.
value, it's not money. We'll get money other ways.
Yeah, it's invaluable on a ship. That will give you a real sharp eye. But, I'm just giving you the warning. The boys tend to steal from those around them, so... You're wearing it out in public, expect that it probably belongs to someone else.
Okay, well, I'll make sure to keep it as hidden as possible around others.
Okay.
Unless I have to beat the shit out of somebody I've never met before. Again.
Speaking of perception, you hear Kira shout from the top of the crow's nest, "Ship! Ship! Sails on the horizon! Sails on the horizon!"
I guess I'm gonna come up there. Come up to the deck of the ship.
Sorry, we have moved forward one step.
I will immediately go to Atherin and make sure we're getting the cannons ready.
Hold up on the cannons 1 second. Let's at least identify first what sort of sails we see. Yeah. What flags are up on the ship?
I said we're
We
getting
don't
them
wanna be
ready. I didn't
engaging
say
on
we're
another
shooting
pirate
yet.
ship necessarily, do we?
Oh, he said get him ready. He didn't
don't
say
we?
shoot him, he said.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay. I didn't catch that bit.
Yes, yes, yes.
Well,
Yeah, he was saying that just now. So yeah, as you ready the cannons, you hear
Great.
a second shout out from the crow's nest, saying, "It's the Black Skull!"
That sounds bad.
We know them.
This is a rival pirate ship.
Rival pirate ship, huh?
And-
Would we know this?
Yes, 100%. The Black Skull is infamous.
How good are they?
Good. They are not good in the slightest. They're evil as shit. In terms of how
I'm
successful
at
they
their
are,
jobs.
in terms of how successful they are, very. This is a large ship, almost twice the size of yours. It's not very fast. You'd be able to catch it, but they're known
Means
to
we
be.
can outrace it.
You can definitely outrace it. You sure as hell can't outgun it. But it's going to be crossing. You two are going to pass.
long as we
I
cross
have
in
an
front of
idea,
them.
and I would like to relay this to Captain and First Mate here.
Elris is currently wandering around checking the guns, so by all means talk to him. He's right next to you.
Elris,
Yes.
this ship, right? His ship is far bigger than ours, yeah?
Yeah, all we do is hope that they pass us without trouble.
if there is trouble, I have an idea.
Oh yeah.
Something that might give us an
Okay.
edge. We're a faster ship, right? They're
Yeah,
slow,
we're
big,
faster.
and clunky, heavy.
Yeah, we're much more mobile, but they have 6 times the number of guns that we do.
But if we're faster, surely we can be able to get round behind them and stay behind them, yeah?
Right in the face of the Lambaster.
The Lambaster.
Oh, yeah, that's what
Their
they call the
rearward
cannon
gun?
at the back. Yeah. They use it to propel them along occasionally. It's that damn strong.
Didn't realise they have a rear gun that strong.
Yeah, it shoots a cannonball about 150 pounds.
Can't shoot it very far then, surely.
About 300 feet.
We might be able to outrange them, might be able to hit and run them. If we can stay around the rearward half of them and
Atherin,
keep far enough.
you don't fight the Black Skull. You hope it doesn't fight you.
You really think we can't take it at all? Okay.
No, not a chance. The wizards on board are strong, and the cannons are mighty, and they have 4 times the number of crew that we do. The fight would be deadly. Even with Sonia and Marilyn flanking us, we'd still be in trouble.
Wow, okay. Quite a formidable enemy then. That's,
Yeah, well,
that's
right now,
impressive.
as far as I know, Sonia's on pretty good terms with the Black Skull, but we'll see what happens. And as you move slightly closer, you see, in fact, that it is not only the Black Skull. You hear a cry from above, you hear, "Sails, sails! It's the bloody sail!" This is Sonia's boat, and she is pulled up right next to the Black Skull, and they are currently moored. And they are
Oh.
not fighting, they are talking.
Intriguing.
Is everything all right over there?
Yeah, we're good. We're trading some goods with, old... whatever the fuck his name is. Where have I put him?
Fuckbag, got it.
Yeah, old fuckbag, yeah, sure.
Black Skullerton.
Oh, I know where it is, but I can't look at it from here. Okay, let me just flick. Oh, ready? His name is Ook. Just Ook. UK.
Look.
Just Ook. Not Captain Hook, but Captain Ook. I was clearly feeling adventurous when I was writing their names.
Getting
Oh,
wild.
Captain Ook.
That bet's still on, right?
Aye, that bet is still on.
Yeah, full speed ahead, boys.
Oh yeah,
Down the
let's
crest where we
roast
go.
them.
She laughs.
Hang on.
Through the ring.
How much
No,
are
no,
we
no.
getting out of this bet again? I only
1,000
just
gold.
Mind your
heard of the
business.
bet.
I made a bet, not you.
1,000 gold, but it's only Deacon getting it.
You'll get the dinner out of it. There's steak on the horizon.
Steak on the horizon.
then
That is definitely going to be the
I'm
next
fine with buying
perception check. Cool. So as you full steam ahead, you now have pretty much the whole crew out on deck. All a bit excited seeing the Black Skull.
As we boat away, I'm just gonna stand at the head of the boat, look over the horizons, and say a quick prayer to Umberly, hoping for favorable winds and tides that are not too rough.
I was hoping you were gonna go up there and say, "I'm the king of the world."
You walk up behind me.
You hear a small gust of wind as it catches into the sails. Prayer appears to have been answered. And the boat is moving as swiftly as ever. Bok is no longer rowing, he is merely sitting and playing his bagpipes. And they're actually not that bad with a 23 performance check.
Jesus Christ!
Wow.
It's a nat 20. He's not particularly great. So yeah.
Edith weeps a little bit at how beautifully he's playing with a nat 20.
Elris turns to you, Deacon, and says, "Perhaps this might be a good moment to address the crew. Get them to introduce him to you guys. Chop chop!" She hails him over. "Edith!" And forth. And then
Aye.
Elris sort of touches his throat, and his voice comes out a lot louder than before, but still very polite. "Crew, if you'd kindly assemble on the front deck, we'd like to do some introductions."
Aye, and before we assemble, I'd like to signal to the gunnery crew to reel back in the cannons and
Oh, I
unload.
hate to tell you this. You don't have a
That's okay.
gunnery crew. You are
Don't have a gunnery
the
crew?
gunnery crew.
I am doing this alone. Wow,
When it comes
okay.
to firing the guns, the dwarves will help. Should you command them valiantly.
I assumed we just got them ready and they were like still behind their little gun flaps, not like poking out a lot.
Yeah. But even so, yeah, you're gonna have to use standard crew members to man the guns.
Yeah.
You ain't got a gunnery crew. It's not that well outfitted. So as you all gather,
Not
upon
even
the
like
boat-
1 or 2 people dedicated to this
Nope,
thing.
nope.
Very well.
Yeah, there is
okay,
1 or 2
well,
people. There's you.
Yep.
Yep. So,
Gotcha.
Elvis speaks
Gotcha.
out and says, "It's time to make some introductions, I believe."
I was gonna say, as a gunslinger, would I have any kind of?
Yes, you would.
Okay.
You would have many kinds of.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's very interesting. We'll wait till we get to our first battle to see how that goes. I'd like to surprise you with it.
Looking forward to
okay.
this.
So
Ooh,
basically,
I'm gonna have to
actually,
write
you know what?
now.
I'll tell you for in advance. Basically, you will be engaging on 2 different levels, right? You're not going to shoot a cannon when the ships are grappled together. So
Okay.
you'll have the gun phase, and then the actual like fighting phase where you're grappled together. So you will all be able to man the guns yourselves. Which
I have
should,
one
I
question
shoot
about
the
that.
guns when we're right next to each other.
I have one question about that.
It's a fucking cannon. Yeah, go on.
Yes, but
Yeah, man, it's going
if
that
I
way.
were to load up the cannon with a lot of smaller shot, think like a grape shot. Can
Yeah.
I still fire the cannon at
Yeah,
close
if,
range
if
as
you
I like
wish
a...
to hit any of your crewmates that have boarded the other side, sure. That's why we
Oh,
don't
okay.
fire.
Make that
That's why
sacrifice.
we don't fire the cannons until you board. You can fire as many cannons as you like. As soon as you board, you stop firing cannons so you don't kill your own friends.
And are we able to like capture another ship?
We have done so already. You are currently
All right.
sailing on it. However,
Nice.
yeah, Elris says, well, as some of you may know and some of you may not, there's some new crew members here. First of all, I'd like to introduce Edith Wheezy. Worked her way up after sneaking herself on board under the seat. Edith, would you like to introduce yourself?
It be like that.
Do be like that.
It do be like that. What was yours?
So I go through my I wanna tell everybody my story when I'm drunk and like sobbing and stuff. So I'm just very short. Like my name is Edith Wheezy. I'm third mate. I don't know where I got any kind of more accent, but I'm here to do my job and keep my head down.
So as Edith is beginning to tell her story, I hand her a flask full of rum.
I do have a setting for that. Should you wish to wait?
I would like to wait
Yeah.
for the setting.
Okay, beautiful.
I'll gladly take your rum instead, Deacon.
And then Elvis gestures to Chop Chop and says, "This is Chop Chop." And Chop Chop says, "Yep, this here is Chop Chop. You all know me, and if you don't, you should. Finest chef in all the lands, and you're second mate for this journey. So I tell you, you jump. You jump. I'll also be up and out in the galley when I can, but our fine Sapphire here will be head of the galley and deserves an introduction of her own."
Oh, I don't think that's necessary. I'm nothing special.
That's
Oh, don't be modest.
more special than you think.
I might be touched in the head a bit, but
He sort of gestures and he goes, "It takes a lot to galley for you pricks, so give us some respect." And then Elris turns to Ferris and says, "You all know Ferris Blackfire. Ferris Blackfire is going to be overseeing the gunnery for just this one outing, but he's looking after our little lad here. This here's Atherin, head of the gunnery.
Aye.
Show him some respect, maybe, occasionally." And then gestures towards
Wow.
Deacon and says, "And this is your first mate. Haven't met him yet, you should."
Hello. Yeah, I'm Deacon. If you stub your toe, I might help you.
Aye. You see, lots of them salute to you. They like the idea of being led by a cleric. You actually hear one particular male at the back. Name is Rondi. That's worrying. Okay, that's named after somebody else. Let's just stick with Ron. I didn't think of that when I said it. Yeah, so we're just going to call him Ron. Ron shouts out, "Will the gods be with us?"
Better be.
They better be. Norris sort of says, "Amen to that." Now, for those of you who don't know every crewmate, I'm not going to introduce everyone by name, but I am going to introduce them by unit. So, over there we have what we like to call our crack squad of dwarves. not named for the reason you think it is. That's the 6 of them over there. Over here, we have the wrong ship list. Let's start introducing people who aren't even on the fucking boat. Over here we have the ship's boy, the lookout, and our 2 young lasses. That's Eleanor, and that there's Vixen. Veronica, yes, I knew I was going to say that as soon as I said Vixen. Vixen, Eleanor, Kira, and Nava will be our eyes in the sky. They will be manning the crow's nest, and they will be running the rigging for us. They're light on their feet and quick with a dagger. Be glad. And over there we have the armsman. She points over towards 5 guys. One of them is Ron. The other 4 look like fairly gruff pirates. You don't know their names yet. You probably never need to know their names. But basically, they're the fighters. And finally, she gestures towards somebody you haven't seen yet. A really, really dumpy-looking male dwarf. His shoulders are so large that his head looks squat into his shoulders. And he sort of walks with a bit of a stoop. And this here is our ship's carpenter. This is Brugar Hammerhand. And you realise that he doesn't have a left hand. He instead has a metal hammer attached to a stump. He used to be quite quick with his fingers, but he doesn't have them anymore. So, ship's carpenter he is. Great at his job.
What was his last name? Had a hand?
Hammerhand. Had a hand. Oh, the tricks I miss.
that was a missed opportunity, wasn't it?
Yeah, so that concludes your
Really
crew, and at this point you are all acquainted. And you see Kira, the little tiefling, scamper back up the rigging. As she does, she looks down over her shoulder. Sapphire, are you wearing your circlet?
No.
Okay, good. No hiding will be necessary. And you notice that one particular crew member wasn't pointed to. And this is Galus. She doesn't appear to have a specific role on the ship as yet. However, we are approaching 6 p.m. Oh. That's unbelievable. I'm going to skip that one because I'm not rolling an 18 to 20 every single time I go for perception. At this point, it would be time for dinner.
What magic does Sapphire pull off this time?
Oh, great question. Okay, I guess I'm cooking food.
Yes, you are. And what I need from you is, first of all, a survival check.
Survival? Oh, that is a shitty survival check of a 10.
6.
Just from Sapphire. Sapphire, as you're rolling through the spices and herbs, the herbs, as they say, you notice that some of this stuff's been mixed up. Unfortunately, with a survival check like that, you are not going to be able to tell what's what. But you are aware that some of these herbs are not for cooking, but instead for medicinal purposes or even for more nefarious purposes. How will you cope?
I'm gonna go get Deacon and ask him to look at the seasonings with me
Okay.
to discern them.
Deacon, as you make your way through, please give me a medicine check.
Ooh, I'm good at these. I'm not so good at these. That's an 11.
11 will
Oh
do.
my god.
Deacon is able to separate out the medicinal herbs. But Deacon, give me a survival check.
Please.
No.
No, he's unable to extract the few things that you know not to be true herbs. The problem is you're not sure how many of these are not true herbs, but you know certainly, both of you know that one particular herb is nightshade, and that is a nasty poison. You are able
Cool,
to
I'm just
separate that.
Cool, how about this? I'm just gonna cook with salt and pepper. There's no way I fucked that up.
Cooking with salt and pepper it is. You definitely know what salt and pepper are, but
So
yeah.
we know for sure there's nightshade in here. Like we know it's
You've
on that
taken the
list of
nightshade
stuff.
out, yes, but you just the fact that it's in there means you know that the poisons have got scrambled with the herbs.
I would like to go around to our crew, and I'm gonna ask around with the rogues and see if any of them knows a thing or two about poison, and try and recruit one of them to help get our kitchen mess situated.
You probably looking at Vixen and Eleanor.
Oh, I'm gonna go ask Elena for help.
Okay.
Of course you are.
She says, "Oh, Deacon. Hello, good sir. Can I help you?"
Yeah, I heard you might know a thing or two about some poisonous herbs.
I do.
You could help us identify
She looks a
some.
bit, she blushes. Yeah, I should be able to do that.
Yeah, grab her by the hand and lead her into the kitchen.
Okay.
Feisty.
She makes it. Yeah, there you go. That's a 26. She knows her poisons. Yeah, she is able to separate them with ease. Pulls all the poisons out and puts them on. What a
Nice.
bright
I
move,
am
Deacon.
very concerned that she separated some that easily.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair to say, well, she's got an herbalism kit, so she can, with her clippers, over time, but she's basically able to roll some sage, some... the things you would expect Sapphire to have known exactly what they were in the first place. All of those stuff over towards you. So yeah, as your herbs are separated, you will be cooking. What are you doing with your dwarves? Are they merely there to run plates, or are they going to help you get some ingredients? Sapphire?
I will have them help me cook everything because they are good little handymans.
Gosh! Ha!
Sapphire, are you with us? Oh, there we go. Do you see?
Oh, that's...
Reconnect. Welcome back, Lord.
Hey,
Can you hear us now? There we go.
Wait, turned into Mickey Mouse for a second there. That was weird.
It's
Sapphire,
weird.
are your dwarves going to help you get ingredients and cook, or are they just going to run plates?
The more competent side are gonna help me cook. The rest of them
Which
are gonna
more
run
competent
food.
side? You have
What?
6 useless dwarves. They're not competent.
Listen, one of them actually listens and talks. He's competent.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very low
Dory.
definition.
Okay, give me an animal handling check, please.
Oh boy, animal handling check.
That is going to tell us how well the dwarves run the kitchen, or help in the
9.
kitchen. That's a 9. Yeah, that's enough for Corey. The rest of them are useless. They can run plates.
Cool.
So I will
Well,
need
that's
2 performance checks, please. First of all, for your meat, and secondly, for your... What are you doing with your meat? Are you stewing it? Are you basting it? Are we serving it with potato? What's the plan? The first few days out, you'll still have fresh meat available, so it's probably best to use it up first. In my professional opinion.
I'm frying it up and just making some nice steaks, and I'm cooking it with some potatoes and
Ooh.
various vegetables.
Okay.
Along with the just
It's
greenery.
safe to say Sapphire's got a handle on vegetables without a problem. Give me a performance check for your steak, please.
Ooh, charisma rolls is just what I'm good at. Holy shit,
I
that's
like
the only thing
mine-
I rolled good. 20.
Medium rare.
Marvelous. You are able to produce steaks like they are nothing. They're just... in my head, you're putting your claws into the steak and then whacking it into the pan.
For sure.
Steak after steak is coming out. Chop Chop is on hand and begins to start plating for you. Give me a performance check for your potatoes.
That's a nat 20.
Ooh!
Perfect. These are the finest of Dauphinoise potatoes, in cream with a slight bit of cheese over the top. So there's just an edge of crispiness to the cheese, but it still melts beneath it. And at this point, your dwarves will start running.
Drop it and you die, munchkins.
That's a 2, a 2, a 7,
God.
and a 7. Lucky you. They are getting in each other's way. They are a complete damn state. And at this point, Chop Chop literally cleaver and takes the very tip of Dory's ear off. And,
Oh my god.
Dory is
And
like,
uses it as a
"Whoa!"
garnish.
And he's as a garnish.
And Dory turns around and goes, "You will get yourselves into order for Sapphire, or you will get out the way." And at this point, they sort of in a little line, and they meekly carry their plates out. It's going to be slow service because they rolled jack shit, but at this point, Elris has requested that all of you join him in the captain's room for dinner. That is Atherin, Sapphire, Edith, Chop Chop, Ferris, and himself. And he sits you down to dinner.
Not
What are they
Deacon.
at? Actually getting invited by the captain to dinner.
And
That's,
Deacon, yes, sorry. You're already in there, right? That's
No
your
first
room,
mate.
so it's not like you can go anywhere
I'm
else.
a man of the people. I'd eat in the galley.
Fair enough, but yeah, no, he's requested that we have a little higher-ups meeting. Also at the table is Mr. Hammerhand. I can never remember his first name. What do we call him? Brugar? Is that right? Maybe. He's somewhere.
Johnny Hammerhand.
Yeah, sure. Johnny. Is his name? Where have I put this? Have I put this in your notes? Yeah, that's why. Yes, it is Brugar Hammerhand. So as the group of you sit round to dinner, Elris says, well, first meal on the ship. Just glad to have you here. And at that point, before we even respond, sorry, because we will return at the same point, we're going to take a short break. We'll return in 5. So we resume around dinner, and as you tuck into your delightful meal cooked by Sapphire Burnsides, you'll each gain 10 temporary HP.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was a good meal. You rolled well.
Damn.
Wait till you start losing temporary max HP because you can't cook for shit.
Oh.
Please,
Please let's not repeat the damn Demi Lich. Please let's
Elris
not.
looks over at you and pours a little bit of Elvis wine for each of you and hands it out, each of a glass, and says, a toast to our first trip.
Our first trip.
And he drops a
Sponsored by Vanilla Coke.
Bulgar Hammerhand drops his glass. A shard of the glass flies outwards to the left. Sorry, get my dice. Athron,
Oh.
you take 1 point of piercing damage. Temporary HP looking after you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So yeah, as you sit around, you are able to enjoy a meal together.
Munch, munch, munch.
Munch, 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 munch,
Munch.
munch.
I would like to Is there an empty jug somewhere here, real quick? I can
No.
No empty jugs.
No, there's a decanter half full of wine on the table, and there's 5 glasses, because Hammerhand's broken his.
If you drink your drink, you'll have an empty glass.
How about I pour out a wine from this jug, empty
Whoa,
it
whoa,
out, I pour
whoa,
it out
Into
for
where?
for people.
Yeah, you want to
It's
offer
glasses
it.
for
Oh, you're
people.
refilling
Stop
glasses.
wasting
Oh, he's refilling
food.
glasses.
Yeah.
He's refilling glasses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. At this point, Hammerhand takes the decanter from you and necks the rest of it and hands it back to you.
Excellent. I'm going to whip out my little artifice thingamajigger, because I'm not going to say that word because you seem to hate it.
Yes, whipping out my tool is not the sentence we say.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with whipping out your
With a
tool in
couple
front of your
taps
friend.
of this empty jug, it is now an alchemy jug, and this thing can produce even more booze that we desire.
Oh, shit, I'm muted.
Drink up and
Fantastic.
enjoy, lads.
So, as the meal
Whole bunch of
proceeds,
rum
and
it
you all
is.
enjoy your meal. At this point, Elris pulls out a fine crystal decanter that is sort of very balanced out wide, so even when the ship sways, it still stays within the decanter. And 5 crystal glasses, and says, before we proceed with the rum, I brought Brugar here for a reason. Young Athron, did you have any thoughts about upgrading our cannons at all?
It seems that Ferris has done a pretty good job of a lot of the cannons as
Well,
it
I wasn't
is.
talking
I'm
about
not
making the current ones better, I was talking about getting more of them.
getting more. Now that is an idea I do like the sound of.
We have
I
some
do
components
believe-
down in the cargo hold.
I do believe if we do start getting more cannons, we will probably need a couple of dedicated crew members to be able to load, unload, and fire these things. Because if we get like 10 or 20 cannons,
This is true.
we
this
can't
is
handle
true.
it just with 2 of us.
Well, I was thinking perhaps we might pick up a couple of the a couple of halflings in Cressware that are looking for work. They're usually quite good on the gunners. As gunners. Perhaps you could even
that's a
take your
great
pick of the
shout.
crew. I'll give you 3. now.
Fantastic.
But Brugar here is he's quite good with his maneuvering things around. If you would like his assistance, he will set up some guns with you.
Sounds excellent. And in turn for you, Brugar, I'm trained with carpentry tools. I'm a bit handy. So you ever need a extra pair of hands?
I'll consider
willing
it,
to
but
assist you.
Brugar works best alone. And then,
Understandable.
with that, he sort of raises his hammer to his head in salute, and
Aye.
he trots out the door.
Edith also raises her glass to that and nods.
Aye.
And he turns back to Edith and he says, "We must catch up soon, lass. I'd like to hear of your home. But for now, have an excellent evening." Most civilized dwarf anyone has ever personified. And yeah, with that he's gone, and we are left with just you four, Chop Chop and Elris. And the rum is
But yeah, I
flowing.
believe that would be a good idea to take him up on his offer and outfit and refit the ship with more guns.
Yes.
And
Enough business for
grabbing
the
a few
day,
extra
Alfred. Enough business for the day. You can start on that in the morning.
aye,
For now,
aye, good shout.
let us rum.
Yeah,
It's a
what do
drink.
I'd like to roll something to see how drunk she gets.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so as the first drink is poured, wonderful, we have this prepared. You ready, guys? Please,
Are you ready for con
make your
saves?
constitution saving throws.
Hey!
Okay.
No, I'm getting shit faced already.
Elris is a total lightweight.
Got 15.
Chop Chop appears unfazed, and my dice has disappeared. There we go. Okay. A 15 succeeds. You are not tipsy yet. Anybody else?
24.
11, because Athrun cannot
Did anybody
fucking
else get
handle
below
his
a 10?
drink. Below a 10? Oh, okay. No, I'm fine.
Okay. Elris has have disadvantage on the next saving throw. The next drink is poured as Elris starts telling you a tale of the tall trees of Sylvan. And you are all bored shitless and necking it. Roll your constitution saving throws. Oh, she rolls at disadvantage.
Holy shit. 22.
Okay.
I rolled another 22.
Athrun,
20.
you are tipsy.
As expected, I cannot handle my
At this
fucking
point,
booze in
Athrun
anything.
starts talking about guns. Go. Guns. Tell me about guns. Tell me something about guns.
Actually, rather than just telling you about guns, how about we ask something about guns? Edith, you like guns, yes?
I love guns, honey.
Tell me a little bit about your fantastic arsenal, and I'll share a little bit about mine.
Before you
I've got a
do,
question before. Listen, honey, I've got a question before we get into my dark, tragic tale here.
Okay.
I want to know. Can I fit in one of those cannons? I want to know. Can I get blasted out of there? I just gotta know.
These cannons on the ship right now, these things are too small. The cannonballs are only a few inches in diameter or so. If we get a really big ship with a really big cannon that can take a real ship cracker, then yeah, we could ram you into that thing and launch you at another ship, maybe.
Pretty good.
Oh, I
Also,
very
I
much
have to
look
travel,
forward to
but-
that.
at this point, Chop Chop speaks up. He says, "You can
feel
always
like
get Bok
that's-
to toss you in there."
I feel like that's actually a really good idea. Sometime when we need to take a day off, blow off some steam, we'll set up a little dinghy out behind the ship, run a couple 100 feet of rope off the ship, and we can just blast people off the back of the ship with the catapult, then pull them back in as they're in the rowboat.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Elris seems
And if the
completely
catapult's
on
not
board
enough,
with
we
this
can always
because
have
he's
box throw
shit-faced.
people.
Um,
Oh, wait, I've got an idea.
before
got
you
an
have
idea.
your next idea, make your con saving throw.
Yes.
Hey.
Oh, here we go. Oh, never mind. I got an 11.
Anybody
Anybody
get
make-
below
I'm
a
still good.
14?
Oh,
What
yeah,
do we-
well and truly below.
I got
I've
11.
that one.
Okay. Edith, you're tipsy. Athrun, make your con saving throw or throw up on your feet.
That's a 12.
Okay, you're okay. You are able to politely throw up in a small bucket in the corner, which you then chuck out overboard.
I'm gonna politely set a glass of water down in front of Athermay. Come on, man, we can't lose you for another week again.
Shit, I've been drunk enough as it is. And
Athrun, you were saying something before you before I interrupted you with a drink?
Aye, I've got a great idea. A great idea. Something we can do for a little bit of fun and a little bit of sport. Something that can keep Bok entertained and busy as well. So, you know you were saying about the rope and flinging and shooting people off of a catapult?
Yes.
Competition between crew. Who can launch things further, the catapult or Bok?
My money's
It's a
on Bach.
sport for Bok.
My money's on Bog too.
My money will be on Bok as well. We see how good we can get these catapults, so we'll see if we can improve the performance bit by bit through this sport and see if we can get a really scary catapult to match Box throwing arm.
As Atherin tulks, you stare deeply into your rum, desperate to down it. Drink 2. Con saving throws, please. Let me know if you get below a 14. At this point, Elris fails miserably to keep her
13.
To keep his vomit in, and he throws up in a corner. Chop Chop is severely drunk. Did anybody get below 14?
Oh,
I got a 13 and a 16.
13. Okay, Edith, you
16 and 21.
Edith, a con save, please. Sapphire, how are you doing on your saves?
Another one? Okay.
No, how did you do on your?
Oh, that
saves?
was a
Oh, 22.
22, fantastic. Atherin's unconscious. Somebody wake him up at some point. Edith, you are severely drunk. What did you get on your last con save?
20.
20. Okay, you were also able to politely throw up in the vomit bucket as the rum is flying down.
I would like to go over to the door.
Uh-huh.
I'll open it up and I will call Bach over. I'll be like, Bach, can you get him to his room and here, put a bucket in front of him, please.
Okay, Bach picks up like this on the back of the neck, just picks up Atherin and drops him in what he sees as a good place to sleep. We'll find out where you wake up later. Edith Wheezy, the floor is yours.
So, Edith is shit-faced, obviously, and she's looking down. She has a like a locket with a photo in it, and she starts sobbing a little bit. And she says, "But you've all asked me about where I come from. Well,
Wait. Before we get to that, where did the 30E come from?
said don't ask."
I'm sorry.
Because there is no reason. That's why I just say don't ask. I thought it was a lot of fun. But so it's like several years ago, I was taking some change to deposit in the bank, and when I came back, my entire family was murdered. So I've since been trying to find who murdered my family, and I gave up the rogue life because it's too subtle, and I became a gunslinger so I can put a bullet between the eyes of my enemies. And she would like to try to go to bed after that, just sobbing.
At this point, Chop Chop is absolutely in tears, and he puts his arm around you and he says, "We will find the bastards that did this. We will bring them to justice. Come on, let's get you to bed."
More ugly.
Ugly cry your way to
Edith's bedroom
bed.
is approximately 8 foot away, so I'm gonna escort you there. At this point, yeah, Chop Chop's in tears. Elris is just downing rum, just looking at the futility of life in the bottom of his glass. What are Deacon and Sapphire doing?
I'm gonna look over to Steph and be like, so you got any potatoes? Because I could really go for some like home fries right now.
Oh, I've always got potatoes, my friend.
Yeah, let's go. We to the kitchen and start cooking up some like fried potatoes, home fries.
Give me your cooking check, please. At disadvantage, you are tipsy.
I passed all my things. What?
I thought you failed one.
No, I got all 22s.
Oh, right, okay, sorry. Yep, come on. In that case,
Yeah, no,
make it straight
Yeah.
check.
Oh, cool. No, I got a 25 and nat 20.
Oh, perfect.
Oh,
These are the best damn home fries anyone's
Wow.
ever cooked on a ship in history. In fact, they're so good that young Kira comes down from the crow's nest. What's that I smell? Is that food?
Yeah, would you like some?
Your
Yeah.
dinner was amazing, Sapphire. Can I? Yeah. I'd love a fry.
I'll have some. I made plenty.
Sort of digs in and starts munching and turns to you guys. And it's clear that Kira's maybe had a little bit too much to drink too. He turns to...
aren't you supposed to be on lookout?
Yeah,
No,
seriously.
Kira's not currently on lookout. He was just
Oh.
up there with someone. No, the
That's even more concerning.
Vixen's up there. Well, no, that's literally where Kira sleeps. He likes looking out over the sea. He has a little hammock strung up there. He's
Her.
also female. But yeah, anyway. Is he female? No, he's not female. What am I on about? Vixen is, though. But anyway,
You said
Kira
they.
turns to you. Yeah, so we'll say they. Kira turns to you all and says, well, do you mind if I share something?
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, you saw me on the bloody sail, and I don't do very well with the idea of jeopardy, which I know sounds a bit stupid, because for the pirate
yeah.
life, but
I
it's-
prefer Wheel of Fortune too.
I just...
Family Feud.
Fuck you, I can't concentrate! Oh, I know it sounds stupid because I'm on a pirate ship, but like, I like to have people around me I can trust, you know? And this is because, well, I've been cursed for the last 40 years. I was 22, a young tiefling. And I stole something from a witch's lair. And he holds out an amulet. And he says, this and a circlet to match, though I've recently lost my circlet. But regardless, I was cursed to live endlessly without aging, never to know true love or family ever again. And I just wanted to say that it finally feels like I might have found something resembling it on this ship. So, thank you guys.
Anytime. A crew is as good as family.
Yeah, I like to think so. I wish I could find the circlet, though. I'd lost it in the tavern. Oh, never mind. It's this. You see, the thing is, this amulet matches it, and
Oh shit.
well, they work brilliantly in tandem. If you hear anything, let me know.
Fuck. Oh. Pull the circlet out.
Oh, you
This?
found it? Oh, that's
The
amazing.
munch found it.
Oh, the dwarves? Oh, I knew they were light-fingered, but well, that's to be expected. Here, have you tried it? Did you like the way it works?
Yeah. It's neat.
If I may, and he reaches out for it. He places it on his
hand
head,
it.
and then he hands you 2 earrings. He says, I had these made as a backup. They do the same thing. Take my thanks and try them on together.
I'll put them on.
Okay. And instead now, you have a +2 to your perception, a +2 to your insight, and advantage on both.
Ooh.
They come in pretty handy for a lookout. I've no idea how a chef's gonna use them, but he's supremely grateful.
Is really gonna know what spice to add to this dish.
Yeah, no kidding.
You can see the sage from
I-
across the room. Sorry, you
You
said?
said insight, right?
Yeah, it's insight and perception, +2 to both with advantage.
I almost put +20 to my insight. I think I would be
Wicked!
able to
Yeah!
see-
I see deep into your thoughts as I cook your
I can see the
sausages.
spices in the spices.
Exactly, right?
Jesus Christ.
Into
Spiceception!
your ancestors.
But yeah, it's
Oh,
at that moment you find yourself blessed with a pair of earrings. And at the same moment, you hear the call from above. Sails on the horizon! Sails on the horizon!
Uh-oh.
You're all piss-faced drunk.
That's good. How are the children?
You see Elris stumble into the galley, like, just grabs a handful of home fries, just like, into his face. It's like, guys, shit on the horizon. And he sort of just tumbles into the corner. Deacon, you're in charge.
Oh, sorry, I've been clipping that.
No, oh right, okay. There are ships.
Sorry.
Which bit?
The Wheel of Fortune bit.
Oh right, okay, fantastic. I appreciate it. There are ships on the horizon, or as far as Elvis was concerned, there's shit on the horizon as he's just collapsed in the corner after eating some home fries. You're in charge of the ship, and yeah.
So did you say
So-
ship or ships?
Well, one said sails, the other one just said shit on the horizon. I wouldn't worry too much
okay.
about him. He's unconscious in the corner of your galley.
So we have ships ahead of us on the horizon.
You have sails of some sort.
Sails.
Call
could
up to
I
Vixen
go
and
up-
get more information. If you want.
Yeah, I'd like to go up the crow's nest and
Ooh.
talk to our
Make an
lookout.
acrobatics check for me, please.
No.
Yeah, this isn't
The
easy.
natural one.
There is a reason why it's only the midgets doing it, but you can speak to Vixen from where you are. It's only 20 foot up.
Might have passed all my con checks, but I can't climb a fucking ladder right
That's
now.
certainly well drunk. Yeah, it's not. It's so just to explain, it's not a ladder. It's actually the rigging. So it's like a. Do you remember those?
Even-
yeah. So it's
even
moving in the
worse.
wind and shit. So doing that as a drunk is highly unadvised. But Vixen will be able to
Not
hear
happening,
you.
yeah.
What would you like to ask?
What do you see out there?
Sail on the horizon looks like one boat, possibly green. Not sure. Not that close.
Green sails.
I make it 160 ticks. Clicks. Sorry. That's where I was going with that one. So as
green
you
sails. Green sails. Do I know of any boats that fly green sails?
loads, loads is a simple answer. Just wait till you get a bit closer. So
You say it's more of an emerald?
she looks
I mean,
down,
I
she goes,
got swab
she goes,
down here.
I'm
I
not
just
even
I got
sure
left the
it's
shit.
green. However, she just did roll a nat 20 in perception. So, she is now able to tell you, definitely a merchant ship.
Okay.
No idea yet. Not seen it before.
How big of a ship?
Small, schooner, two master.
Small. All right. I'd like to go. I'll start waking up the Elris. Yeah, Elris is his name. I'll start waking up Elris and start getting some of the crew together. Oi, how do you feel about some late night relocation of goods?
Are you trying to wake up Elris?
Yeah, I'm waking up Elris.
Give me a medicine check. Okay, you bring him up and he says, what?
Yeah,
Shit on the horizon.
Yeah, ship, Horizon. You want to relocate some goods? Go back to bed.
Kate?
I just
You're in charge.
cover over him.
100%. He
Okay.
is absolutely
Cool.
fucked.
Yeah, I will go get Edith. Wake Edith up. Hey, come on, get up. It's time for some fun. Up. Because Edith's in the same room as like all the other crews in the same room together, right?
No, Edith, you and Deacon.
Oh.
Edith, you and Elris are in the captain's quarters, so that's where
Okay.
Edith is.
Edith, come on.
Elris
We
was
gotta-
actually passed out in
Wait,
the
hold on. Do you knock?
Oh, I
Or do you
fucking
just
sleep
come
in this
in?
room too.
No,
Did you say we all have our own room?
Yeah,
we
you
all
will
have
have
our
a
own
separate
room.
room attached to the captain quarters.
Oh no, I'm definitely not knocking.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot at you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. With my palm pistol. Which I would say
Shit, is it-
I'm drunk and out of which it's a 6, so it's probably not gonna hit.
No,
but
no,
I
you
shoot
just broken a lantern.
because
Oh, you used to have a light in your room.
what's happening?
Hey, ship on the horizon. Come on, we're gonna do some relocation of goods. Let's wake the others up and get to it.
As you come out, Ferris is already on deck, getting the guns ready.
Yeah.
And as you get to the second cannon, that is where Bock has left Atron to sleep. He thought it looked like a bed.
Yeah, close enough. I'll rub Atherin's back a little bit, roll him over, make sure he's not about to puke on me, and hey, oi, wake up.
Does he succeed in waking me up?
Yeah, you were only unconscious. You were not needing medicinal help.
Oh.
A short slap will get you around. At this moment, Chop Chop comes up to you and says, Deacon, what's the plan?
Yes. That's we can catch this ship, right? We're sailing fast
you
enough.
know you're
Sail up beside it. Board it. If they're peaceful, no bloodshed. They resist. We'll sink the whole damn boat if we need to.
Sounds good. I'll go wake the crew.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, he literally he runs over to the trap door, which is metal, and he literally grabs a hammer and just bangs on the metal door, just slamming the bell, and the crew start flooding up on top. At this point, you are now 120 clicks away. You are 20 clicks away from being in longest range of cannons.
Dakin.
I'm gonna
What's
take
happening?
one of the potions of healing we have and just drink this. It'll help.
Your drunkenness is completely cleared. You are sharp-minded.
Take that out of our notes.
The hell was in that? That was incredible.
At this point, Vixen calls down and says, looks to be struggling out there.
Struggling with what?
I didn't catch anything of what was
It could
happening.
be
Someone fill me
doing
in.
Circles?
Ship. Merchant ship. We're stealing stuff.
Looks like it might be doing
Aye.
circles, she says.
Circles. Look towards the center of its circle. Do you see anything in it? Is it stuck in a whirlpool?
Spyglass up. No, but their sail is down. One side, mast's leaning over.
Did you see any other
Like
ships
they've
on the
been attacked,
horizon?
but there's nobody else in sight.
Would I have come
This sounds
up too?
risky.
Yeah, Sapphire, you were already present with the
Can
gang.
I'm assuming we're all on deck right now.
Yeah,
and
everybody's on
everyone
deck.
can hear everything.
The only person who's not is Elris, the captain, who's completely fucked.
Can I attempt to see if there's anything going on at that ship or anything?
Without a spyglass, you're never going to see as much as Vixen
That's
can
all
with a
right,
28 perception with a spyglass from the top of the crow's nest. As much as she can see. From what she's gathered, literally, it appears that it was already damaged and is now struggling to keep moving.
I mean, if we don't see anything else out there, I say we just go up and board it.
Okay, 80 clicks.
It-
You are within
it's a
cannon
small
range
mark.
if you wish, or you can get up there. It's a two-masted schooner. It's about half the size of your boat.
We shoot it, we could damage the goods we're trying to steal. Because it's not getting away, it's just stuck going
We
in
can
a
hold
circle.
fire until we get close.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, we shoot it as we leave.
Vixen calls down. Only 6 on board from what I can see.
Let's go. Pull up next to it.
60
Who the
clicks.
fuck's steering the boat at
Give
this
me
point?
30 seconds, yeah? I'll be just 30 seconds.
Chop
Any
chop.
one of your crew, really.
Chop steering it.
Well, no, he's probably just a standard crew member normally. But yeah, you can have Chop Chop on it if you want.
Yeah, sounds like a good use for him.
Yeah. At this point, Buck leans down. He says, "We fight."
We fight.
Okay. He
Well-
takes out a drum.
It-
Deacon, you've got bardic inspiration.
Excellent. Bach, we only fight if they resist. If they're nice, we let them go peacefully.
Make friends.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah.
Buck friendly. 40 clicks.
Do we have any smaller anchors?
Yeah, you
Got a
have
160 pound bag of gold that doesn't do anything.
You have 2 small
That's
anchors
the-
and 1 heavy anchor.
Yeah, so how small is small? Could Bach throw one of these anchors?
Oh, easily. He could throw the large
Okay,
one.
so yeah, cool. So here, Bach, I point to the small anchor. As we get up to the ship, toss this on board and we'll drag ourselves to them with it.
Okay. You are now within firing range of your 2 grapnel hooks. To pull the
Yeah,
We
ship
haven't got
into
them
you.
too, I guess we could use.
Fire
Fire the grappling hooks.
Okay, Buck rolls a nat 5 on his strength check. It's enough
That's
to
like a
reach.
600 for him.
Yeah, not quite, but it's close to 20. It lands, and it lands on the front of the boat, and you hear a shout over from the other boat saying, "We surrender! We surrender!
Excellent.
Let's talk!"
Bring your goods up.
That's gonna be a problem.
There's more of us than you. You better make this worth
That's
our
not
while.
the problem. Can we talk a bit closer? I don't want to shout from over here. Reel us in.
Yeah, we're. Oh no,
Okay.
we
You were
never
already
stopped
reeling
reeling in.
Yeah, I gathered, but I'm just saying. So as you get really close, you see one
I
gentleman.
I
in a sort of-
stand up side of the ship with Bach right next to me,
he-
and I'm waiting for their vocal representative.
Yeah, one gentleman in a fairly dapper suit calls over to you and says, "We've been attacked already and boarded. I've got
Left for dead?
pretty much. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. I managed to secrete something special to me under my desk, and I will gladly give it to you if you will help us to the nearest shore. Because we're going to drown out here.
Offer us. And it better be enough for my whole crew.
That's all I got."
What do you got?
He hands you a bag containing some jewels. In here you find one black sapphire, 8 pearls, and 16 rubies.
Hmm.
I've got
Well,
nothing else but
see,
the
now
gold.
we're at a problem.
What would that be, sir?
I have a bag of jewels and you have nothing left to offer me.
No, but a desperate man asks nicely. What else can I do? You got a carpenter
Turn it-
on board?
We might.
Lend us in for 20 minutes, and we'll be able to get ourselves back to sea. Our carpenter got thrown overboard when the Black Skull attacked.
I look to the crew.
Say,
What do you say, boys?
I'm not down with killing anybody if they're defenseless.
I'll help him.
I'm here for money. I'm not here for blood.
I'm fine with us helping them, but they still pay us.
No,
He's
no. We
already
already have
paid.
the. No,
He's
we
already
already
paid.
have the payment.
Yep, they just did pay.
Also,
I'll help him.
I also request that you allow me to look through your ship to make sure
my
you're
guest.
not
Well, because you will.
lying.
We got nothing left. You should know that you don't not empty a boat to the Black Skull, but I held on to these.
Black Skull did this to you?
Yeah.
Hmm.
We would have been dead if they hadn't have been chased off by one of those war galleys. Patrols.
War galleys, like the Crown's Guard
Yeah, pretty much.
or whatever the fuck we have in this
It's,
universe.
Yeah, it's the Genasi Confederacy boats. Other galleys, and they chased off the Black Skull. You didn't
If
see
they-
the
if
galleys
that's
you
a-
passed, though.
If they chased off the Black Skull, that must be a big fucking ship to
Oh,
chase.
these are
chase them off.
they fall in convoy. They don't come alone, and they are large.
That
and
is, they
very
are
well
some
manned.
scary things.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah, you don't want to catch
Jesus.
those on a bad day. But yeah, sorry. I'll just while we're talking, Sapphire, can you give me a perception check and an investigation check, please? I'll take the higher of the two. As you rifle
I'm
through
going
things
to-
and perceive. Go on.
I'm going to send one of our more muscled crew members with Sapphire. Sapphire looks through the ship.
Okay.
Got a 19 perception.
Yep, so you are able to see very clearly that this ship is pretty bedraggled. They've got a few minor supplies, so things like they've got a bag of grain, they've got a spare supply of ship's wood, and an anchor, a few bits of clothing in the rooms. They're clearly, there are only 6 of them left on the boat that you can see, and this should be manned by at least 15 people. They're clearly down a lot of crew members. They've got nothing left.
Do I see any like important documentation or anything?
No, but you are able to see the ship's charts in the captain's room. Make an intelligence check for me, please. In fact, I'll roll one from the clever guy next to you as well. Who's not very clever, but he is marshaled. Okay, that's more than enough. You would notice that these ship's charts were way less detailed than the ones in your captain's room.
Would I be able to gain any knowledge from them or not?
No, I mean, that's what I mean. There's almost nothing on it worth mentioning. It's just the really local area. It's pretty much
Okay.
Cressware.
I was just curious if there's any, if we could figure out what they were specifically doing. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair to say that the routes are planned, and you can see that where they were trying to trade was from the northeast of Cressware to the southwest.
Okay.
Do
that's
they
it.
have trade logs, like, and a list of like ports they've checked into and out of, so that we could figure out their schedule?
Yep.
But,
You, Sapphire, you would be able to discern these, and you're able to take them.
Yeah, I will take them.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to figure out their
I want
schedule
this
so
list.
we can hit them in the future.
Lucky them.
Yeah, we're gonna help them and then we're gonna come
We're
after
their
them.
Are you
friends.
also learning them the
Ruthless and
carpenter?
clever thinking.
Listen, they're useless to us now. In the
Hmm.
future, we could come back and collect our thanks
At
every
this
so
point,
often.
the gentleman introduces
Damn right.
himself, and he says, "Right, well, I appreciate what your gentleness. My name's Joseph. This here's my wife, Sarah. And we run
Do you have a last name, Joseph?
Do they? I knew that one off the top of my head. They do. Mathers, like Marshall. Because it kept my life easy. Yeah, so it's Joseph and Sarah Mathers. We run a trade system from halfling to halflings, northeast to southwest. It's quite a simple operation, but occasionally we pick up some goods that you can't sell in the halfling lands. If there's somewhere where you guys dock regularly, I might be able to get you in on the trade. And thanks.
That might get you off the hook of our taxation. If you get us our own little cut of the pie.
Well, you see these rubies? And he pulls out the rubies, and you notice that they're cut into perfect prisms. These are blood rubies, and they don't come easy from the halfling's hands, but we seem to have a lock on the trade, and I could share 50% of them every time we dock. It's 50% every 4 weeks.
I could do 50%. I'll
I'll
go fair way among my crew.
Yeah, just to give you a concept of how this is about 6,500 gold pieces would be 50% of it. It is pretty much all he's carving.
6,000 gold a month just for
just
keeping tabs on our new friends.
Pretty much. Where do you guys dock?
Have I returned back by now?
Yeah.
To them?
Yeah, sorry.
Well, we
May I also offer, if that is the deal he's willing to offer us, might we actually assist them if they are in dire need?
yeah, it's sounding more and more
This
like
seems
a
This sounds like a
Protection
lucrative
racket?
deal for us.
So I don't think we should tell him where we're docking. That's need to know information.
It's fair to say
this is
that
true.
you can tell them where you're docking and it not be where you're docking and then
Okay.
meet them there.
Yeah, I was gonna say
We'll
We
port
dock
anywhere locally for you.
around
So we
the
have the
Freeport area.
schedule. We know where they're docking. So
Yeah,
I mean,
that is a good point. We do know where you go, and we
He's-
can find you when need be.
he says at this point, we'll be docking at Javasta most months if that works for you. It's a
Javasta.
great place to sell things. Javasta is, I'll just put a little icon there.
Jevasta.
I didn't mean like
Uh,
tell them where we're gonna be. I meant like
Javasta.
if we walk into them at some point and they've been harassed by people, we can deal with the people who harass them.
I'll just put an enemy counter on it for now, just to show you where it is. It's this little marker.
No? Okay.
It's at the halfling town we're going to, isn't it?
Yeah, it's this little marker
Yeah.
here. Sorry, Moon, I
Yes.
think you got drowned out by something else. I know you said something, but I don't know what it was.
I said, I didn't mean like tell them where we were going. I meant if they get attacked or anything while they're doing work, pretty much doing work for us, we help them deal with the people who attack them.
oh, I'm down with that.
Because
So
they
we
don't
Yeah.
even know where we're at.
So we're basically turning into the mafia.
Yeah,
are running
yeah.
our own protection racket at
I
this
mean,
point, yeah.
If they're truly helping us and getting us a steady income, we might as well protect them.
And to the point where we don't tell them where we're going in case someone else comes across them and they're looking for us. You know, that's just
Yeah.
they need to know.
Aye.
I'm okay with this. I can offer some protection.
Willing to give us a steady income, there's no reason to not help them.
At this
I don't
point-
think we
Sorry, go on.
can do much to. Was it the Black Sailor? That other
Yeah,
big
Black
ship
Skull.
we can't fuck with? Yeah, no, we obviously we can't deal with the Black Skull, but
No, but we can talk to those people.
any smaller fish try and take a piece out of you, and we find out about it, we will make sure that that does not stick.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And maybe have them.
Are you selling the deceit?
We are.
You know, there's a crew member of the deceit hiding up in Javasta. Would information on that be helpful to you?
Yeah,
Would be
yeah, it would.
quite helpful to us.
He's staying with Sister Laris. She works at the temple. Her house is a couple of doors down from the temple. He's hiding in her attic right now.
Interesting.
Sister Olaris's attic.
Yeah, exactly that. Always wanted to visit Sister Laris's attic, personally.
So, we're in agreement, I get the ship fixed up, get them on their way.
How
Yeah.
are you fixing their ship?
I'll dash over.
So their
grab my
mast is currently
carpenter's
45 degrees.
tools. Dash over, grab my carpenter's tools. Their mast's over 45 degrees, so what I'll do is I'll go through their ship supplies. You said they had spare wood, yeah?
They do, but their biggest problem is that you're going to need the strength to lift it back up.
I know a guy.
I'll get some ropes and ask Buck to
If you have a
pull.
back.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
sadly, I don't have infinite pulleys here.
Buck will put one finger through the rope and just a whoop up to top.
He'll be back.
And what you see is that Cannon has taken out the bottom right part of their mast, which is what has allowed it to flip over.
What
that
is
won't
the
be a
ship's name?
He hasn't given it to you.
Isn't it written on the side of it? 'Cause that's like, how
It
boats
is
roll.
completely
You know-
blank on the side. It is painted dark purple at one end and bright pink at the other.
While
Joes, what does this ship sail under the name of?
Ah, this is the Scarlet
Wait,
Rose.
we have this name because it's in the it would be in the logs.
Weirdly enough, their name is not mentioned anywhere. And this is because he's smuggling unknown goods.
Scarlet
The
Rose.
Scarlet Rose is the name we sail under, but only the crew members know it. Other than that, people just know me as Joseph and Joseph's ship.
Yeah.
While they are helping fix this mast up, I like the. He said there's like 6 people on the crew
Yeah,
total.
on that note,
left?
can I take a roll from, just before I come back to you, can I take a roll from Atherin, please?
What do you
for
need a
your
roll
tools?
for?
Yeah, I'm not sure what your tools come under. Are they intelligence? Are they strength? Are they dex? Like, what's a carpenter's tools when it's at home?
They don't have any roll generally.
Well, yeah, but what would we roll? We say it's
Well, I can just explain what I'm doing,
it's probably
basically.
wisdom or intelligence, whichever you prefer. Give me a wisdom or intelligence check and add your proficiency bonus if you're proficient with your tools.
Yeah, I should be proficient now. If
It's basically how
proficiency
much
bonus of-
brain do you need to work out how to stand this fucker up. So-
It wouldn't take a lot of brain. All I'd need to do, it's a 21 on the int check, and then adding like 5 for tools, I guess that'd be a 26. But basically, I just direct the crew along with Bok to do most of the pulling to pull the mast up to
Yeah,
a
he's
roughly
already done
upright
that.
position.
He's holding it.
The rest of the crew to sort of brace it on either end to keep it level, and then
Who's going to fill in the wood?
very quickly using the spare wood to craft out wedges which I nail and glue into place to hold the mast steady in position when the supports are let go, and then use additional wood planks to basically just nail that thing into position. So it should be sturdy enough to hold.
That is
until
the
we get
most
back to port.
detailed explanation of fixing a mast I ever have required. It is fixed.
He's like,
It is
he sent
fixed.
everybody
My
a
brain went,
DIY
You
YouTube
said-
video.
You said 21, I went yes.
I stopped listening the second he started talking.
I don't need a detailed description of how one is using carpenter's tools, but thank you for being very, very correct.
I
with it.
did.
However,
I needed
I
that.
appreciated
it
it.
is fixed, and that is the most
Good.
important thing. And with that, their sail
They should hold
rights,
until they get to port.
and he reckons he can get himself into Javasta on his own. And he's very grateful.
Yay.
He's very thankful. He's almost groveling at Deacon's feet.
As you should.
And, yeah. Says we see you on the seas, we'll be sure to drop you a bit of our profit every time. But if not,
here.
we'll meet you in Javasta, beginning of the month.
So, while he was doing that, I would have liked to cook the 6 of them a mediocre meal.
Yeah,
So
I'll
good
let you
to
do that without a check.
Mediocre.
That is pretty
Not
much
trying to
you
cook
can't
the
fail
best
a
I can, but not
mediocre
trying to give
check.
it slap. Give him a decent meal, not slap, but not what I can do.
yeah.
best.
You'll whack them together, some chicken stew with the chicken bones.
Good
I'd like
enough,
to think
hearty
that
enough.
a mediocre meal would still be pretty high end for the sea.
Yeah, definitely. And considering you've got access to fresh ingredients, which most boats don't,
That's true.
this is better than anything they've eaten in a long, long time.
Give
so
them a
they
good
are
full of
super grateful.
Alright.
And a lady comes forward to you, Sapphire, and says, "Did you cook this?" Sapphire, did you cook this?
Another DC.
Wait, who's,
Oh, no,
who's
there you
the
go.
import?
He's asking you, Sapphire, if you cooked this. She is.
Who is the...
The lady appears to be the wife of Joseph, Sarah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, it's
good,
magnificent. I
man.
thought I was good, but that's a whole level above. Should you... maybe I can give you some recipes. And
Ooh.
maybe
would be
see how
delighted
you
to
can
learn
produce
more.
them. And she hands you a leather-bound book from her pocket that appears really special to her. And hands it over to you. And it's fair to say you can now cook some more exquisite meals in times of need. I will allow you to make food that will heal in certain dire situations.
This stuff I'd have. Is this stuff I would make like?
You've got the stuff to make, but yeah, you can make it so that we'll call it a rations, but it's a rations that heals.
Can I make it ahead of time, or do I need to have it in that situation?
You'll need to
make
have it.
Okay, that's what I figured.
But they look like stuff that'll last, so because obviously she cooks on a boat with no fresh ingredients, so.
Yeah.
So you'll have the ability to do that. And with that, shall we leave the Scarlet Rose to sail off?
Yeah, I think we've burnt enough time helping them. We got a race to win.
Another 60,000 custom items.
Okay, let's do the click. Hey, you get moving, and you get moving fast. F1 to find the ship, and you are able to make your way across. Are you all headed to bed for the night?
For sure.
Okay, Chop will stay up and keep an eye on the ship.
I'm assuming we've got some order of
Yeah, you
lookouts
have
and
a
all that
regular
dictated.
rotation for
Yeah.
all of that stuff, but it's only between the captain, Deacon, Chop, and Edith who's on duty at any given time. But Chop prefers the night watch if you let him, which probably means that you all get to be awake at the same time, so we get to RP together.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, imagine.
It's all good. I'll
That's
be.
from that one. She missed a boat.
Oh.
Take a long rest. Sorry, should have said that.
Long rest. Alright.
I'm giving you 8 hours.
I only need 4, so I'll head up on deck after the 4
Okay.
and
You
assist.
start working on those guns, eh?
Yeah, and keep an eye out as well.
Okay. However, you make it safely into the harbor, and what do you see in front of you? One yeet.
Good question. What do I see?
One yeet. Unfortunately, you lost
Water.
your race. As you stopped by the Scarlet Rose, the thrice lucky has arrived before you. Standing on the harbour, with her hands folded, waves Sonia.
Ah, shit.
You hear a voice in your ring. Not quite, but saw you caught a boat on the way. Did you capture it?
We made some arrangements.
Excellent. Yeah, I stopped by the
Do we,
Black Skull. They had a whole collection of prism cut rubies, blood rubies.
Ah,
Well, we know where they got them.
yeah. I hold up a bag now. Yeah, I've seen a couple of them.
She laughs and she says, "Well, seems
I,
the Black Skull didn't get them all. Fantastic. We managed to sell all our goods to
We're
the Black
docked now
Skull."
and talking to her face to face.
Yeah, the ship pulls in.
I pull out I reach
pulls you into harbor.
into my pocket
Mm-hmm.
and I pull out a bag of 1,000 gold and I hand her the 1,000 gold from the bet.
Ah, good man, good man. We've actually managed to sell our wares to the Black Skull on the way. We only stopped here to say hello. Take a quick night at the tavern before we head out tomorrow. We're gonna be staying around town for the day.
I'm assuming here's not the best place to sell these gems. Would you like to, I give you the gems, you give me the gold. Would you like to sell them?
Yeah,
heard you've got some more gems.
selling them in mass would be definitely better for us.
Yeah.
Give me a figure.
I have no idea how many gems are in this bag.
You've got rubies, a black sapphire, and some pearls. Are you looking to sell all of it, or just the rubies? Okay.
No. All of it.
Market price, if you were buying them, would be approximately 4,000.
1,000.
Shoot her a figure.
Uh, 2,500. That'll include your cut off the top.
How about 600?
We could sell them ourselves for that much.
You'd have to do the selling. Give me a persuasion check.
Ooh. 21, but it was a natural 19.
I could double it. Oh, say 1,200?
Triple it and you're close.
1,400.
15, so it divides nicer.
Yeah, easy math's a good reason. Should do 1,500.
Okay. I will hand her the bag of
Saves you
gems.
managing your gems.
Split the gold up between the crew.
Perfect. So it's fair to say that the crew type is 10%. The captains get to split it how they like. The rest. So whack off 150. You've got 1,350 divide between the four of you, Chop Chop and Elris, and you can. That makes round 6. So it's
600 each.
222 each.
222 gold each. Got it.
Yeah, you gained an extra 2 there. Lucky you.
I know what we're recruiting next. We need a ship haggler.
Well, unfortunately, Elris is unconscious, but he's got nothing but charisma going for him. Weird, because I played him like he's wisdom, but yeah. Anyway, so you arrive in a little halfling town. This is no little town, actually, if we're going to be honest. This is a very, very well-kept town. There are 4 taverns. There are 2 eateries. There are a couple of hotels to stay in, should you wish. If you want somewhere a little bit more upper market. There are stores selling magical goods, selling weapons, armor, all sorts of other goods. Rare goods, unusual goods. There's a small sort of a black market, I guess would be the right word for it. There's definitely, it appears to be a normal shop, but you guys would know that it definitely sells some more nefarious goods. That one is called simply the Treasure Trove. The others I won't bother naming right now, but yeah, you got 4 taverns to choose from, but normally the pirates deck in at the Mucky Cup.
I want to go to the treasure trove.
I'm gonna go to the
Yeah,
Treasure Trove and see what they got
Treasure
to sell.
trove sounded pretty appealing.
Cool. Head on in, see what you find. As you head on down, Bok says he will guard the ship in a typical Bok guard ship. And Elris is gonna
Ship
stay on
guard.
board and recover from now. Have a chat with Sonia. So you are free with the town.
I'd like to make Elris a like smoothie-ish, like a power smoothie to make him try and feel better.
Yeah, give
Sooner?
me a check, Rod.
19.
19. Yeah, you can cure his hangover. That's going pretty well for him.
Feel better, buddy.
So,
We'll be back later.
as you head on down, sorry.
Probably should have did that sooner, so he could actually help us. I forgot you could do that with food.
And
well.
Yeah, you're all good.
did you not have faith in Deacon Fredrickson?
No, Deacon Fredrickson did an excellent job, in my opinion. So as you head on down into the town, you see the hustle and bustle of a little halfling town. You're going to have to stoop to get into some of the buildings, but as you walk over, you see the treasure trove. Looks like a fairly standard store.
Edith is in there looking for like a snow globe with the town's name on it, as old women do. That's her thing. She collects
Amongst
trinkets.
Amongst the regular goods, you would be able to purchase for 6 copper. There's no snow globe, as glass is a little rarer. But there is, however, a lovely mug or a scarf for 6 copper each, both of which have
I'll
Javasta
do the mug.
emblazoned. Yes, have a
No
mug.
postcard for him.
How much is the mug?
does my shopping list go? Is that what I'm looking for?
And I only have gold, so gonna make change.
Yeah, that's fine. So it'll make you 9 silver and 4 copper.
No.
Okay, so in here you see that they sell what looks to be fairly standard goods. You know, carpenter's tools, cobbler's tools, cook's utensils, some soap, a signet ring, shovel, merchant scale, all the basic general goods that you'd expect. And a little halfling behind the counter, female. And greets you and goes, "Why, hello there. What can I do for you?" I believe it's all 3 of you that are in there. All 4 of you that are in there.
Yeah.
So.
Do you have anything that works well for cooks or people that like to punch people in the face?
I got a set of cook's utensils. What ship did you sail in on?
The deceit.
Yeah. Okay, you can answer. That's fine.
I'm gonna look over at Deacon for that.
Yeah, it's
answer.
your
See
decision
what he
to
wants to
decide if
say.
you say it. So yeah, you said the deceit. Ah. Different wares for you, different wares for you. So we have a cook's spoon. We have a fine bit of herbal packaging here, and we have some hand wraps. What takes your eye?
Tell me about the hand wrap.
These are the hand wraps of the Black Rose. Give me a second, I will pull them up.
You can just send me all these items if you want.
That's not what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for.
Is this one of our merchants in our notepad?
No, not yet. I was not expecting to arrive here quite so quickly, so I haven't set it up yet. But I have a
Alright,
list
we
of
should have
items for
spent more
myself.
time fighting a defenseless boat.
Yeah, I don't know. I just I didn't know how much random RP would go on boat. You know? Sorry, Moon, I'm getting there. Sorry, the hand wraps of the Rose. These give you a +2 to unarmed weapon attacks and damage. They also give you blind sight to a radius of 10 feet, and once per long rest, the monk can use a bonus action to activate Quivering Palm.
How much do these cost?
1,500 gold.
Motherfucker.
You should have
You need-
1,500 gold.
Do you need some change?
He should have 1,500 gold.
Oh, he spent a ton of his money, remember?
On what?
Bags?
Ah,
of
the bags.
food.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, that's why you're short.
Why do you need a loan?
I don't understand why I'm lagging. I have 800 gold.
Do you need a small loan of 700 gold?
I was gonna say, I could loan you some money if you need it.
Some money. I bought.
Did you say
God,
that
I
he
bought a-
bought all the food?
He bought the bags to put the food in, the extension
bought
bags, so that
ton of
he can
fucking
have
things.
it go through the planes, and you would have fresh food
like-
on boat.
700 gold on refrigerator bags or something like
Pretty
that.
much.
I was gonna say, I feel like I would throw down. I mean, if it benefits all of us.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Chuck in 200 each, and Moon pay
Yeah.
your 800. And that'll come to
Alright, I'm in.
1,400, and I'll allow it. Just to make maths easier.
I'll help.
Yeah, okay. 200 gold for each of you, and then 800 for Moon. And then he brings
So
up this cooking
basically-
spoon.
Basically just those gems we just had.
Yeah.
Yeah, how much? How
He
much
brings
is the
up this cooking spoon. He says, "Well, you cook with this, and you can make each dinner twice. Doubles the propensity of output. Useful on a boat. Only 10 gold.
Okay, I'll buy that too.
Perfect. What you might.
I'm-
Yeah, you
I'm the
ain't getting
poorest
your,
pirate on the
You
planet.
ain't getting your exciting items yet. What about the rest of you? Can I introduce you to some goods? He looks over at Anthron and goes,
You sure I
What's-
can't buy it with 9 gold?
"Yeah, that's fine." He looks over at Anthron and says, "Oh, what sort of thing takes your interest?" Sorry.
A great many things, but that depends
And Rep of
entirely
the
on
Rose,
what you
right?
have. So
We have so many things. What's your speciality?
I've got to go let my
Let's go
dog
with
out real quick. I'll be right back.
Anything?
let's go with anything, guns or anything magic.
Anything magic. Far too many things to list, but when it comes to guns, I've got some magic ammunition. You can buy it in stacks of 20, it's 150 gold each.
How magic is this ammunition that we're talking?
+1. I don't know how to tell you that otherwise. He has +2, but you can't
That's
afford
alright.
it.
That's
You said it
fair.
was hand wrapped for the roads, right?
Yes.
Sorry, I needed
They
to
were
make
up,
sure I
yeah.
had the
You
right
were able to
item.
find those. Speaking
Yeah,
of guns and magic, how about a
definitely.
gun that does magic?
A gun that does magic.
I call it the
That sounds
arcane
like fun.
cannon.
The arcane cannon. Oof. Okay.
It shoots lightning, fire, frost, acid, and poison. Only 6,000 gold.
Oh, a bit out of my price range right now, but I'll
Oh,
tell
what's
you
your
what,
range? What's your range, son?
I can't stretch above 1,500.
1,500. I might have something a little bit more standard for you.
Hey, I can help you. I've got 9 whole gold left.
So he then turns to you and he says, I have a couple of interesting weapons, but this one's in your price range. And this is a pistol that I cannot find because it hasn't come up. Why does it not come up?
Does he have any standard revolvers?
Let me pull this up. Yes, he does. Revolver. I don't know how I can do your revolver, but you won't be able to use it this session. How does that sound?
Did somebody say guns?
Oh no, he has a standard
Yeah.
revolver. Never mind, that's not a homebrew. That's just a standard.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. He has that, but what he is offering the our lovely Athron is he has a Hellfire pistol, and he also has an automatic pistol +1.
An automatic pistol +1. Tell me a little bit more about this pistol.
2,200 gold. I can sell you a pistol that doesn't require reloading, doesn't miss fire, and is accurate as the demons. But for 1,300, I can sell you a automatic Hellfire pistol.
An automatic Hellfire pistol, and throw in a few of those fancy schmancy shots.
I
Yeah,
give you 20 shots with it. 1,500.
I can do 1450.
I can do 1450. Sold. That's a Hellfire
Consider that
pistol,
a deal.
automatic, and ammunition +1 times 20.
Right. So the ammunition was just regular +1, yeah.
Yep. I'll buy music. Welcome back, music. And what about you? You look like a interesting fellow. He's looking at Deke. What sort of thing might interest you?
Browsing. Not sure.
Oh, have I got a few new wares in? How about these? He brings out 3 amulets and places them in front of you. This here is an amulet of health. Gives you much toughness. This here is an amulet of devout.
See.
This is a holy symbol. Should you be interested?
I've already got a holy symbol, and
It's an amulet of devout +1, by the way.
it's the amulet of devout too, because I'm already wearing the amulet of protection. Unless we gave up on that, and we're still calling it
Yeah.
a ring of protection.
No, I was
Do
calling
we
it a
want
ring
to-
of protection. Yeah, call it a ring of protection so you can wear an amulet. I'm sorry, I based these based on what you've got in your inventory, so that's why I'd forgotten that it was the custom one.
It's renamed to being an
I
amulet.
know, but
I
I
can
just
rename it
might.
back to being a ring.
It's not in my list. Yeah, just leave it back at a ring. if
Listen,
you
I
wanna
just
buy
like the
amulet.
idea of running around looking like Flavor Flav with my 2 necklaces on.
Yeah, go on. I'll
One
let you.
functional, one-
So one is amulet of out +1. One is the amulet of health, and the other one is the amulet of proof against detection and location. It'll say the proof of detection and location for 200 gold pieces, the amulet of devout for 450, or the amulet of health for 1,500.
What does the amulet of devout do?
Let me find-
+1 to spell stuff.
Yeah, that sort of thing. It does.
I could buy an amulet of the devout.
Yeah, +1 bonus to spell attack rolls and the saving throw DCs of your spells. And you can
could do
use your
that.
channel divinity feature without expending one of the feature's uses. Once per day.
Not just an extra channel.
Yeah,
Divinity.
they're pretty cool.
Yeah. 400 gold, you said?
Yeah. Cleric stuff doesn't sell too well around here. What about weapons? Do you use a weapon?
You what about any standard revolvers? Do you have any of those?
I do. We stayed a standard revolver for 240 gold. I just searched amulet in the weapons section. That's not helping me in the slightest. I have a more magical revolver, but it's a costly one.
I'm not that interested. I just, I think it would be nice to have one.
How much is the magical one?
The magical revolver.
Yeah.
It's 1200, but I've also got this gorgeous rifle.
How about hey Deacon? Hey Deacon, I'll sell you my revolver, my standard revolver for the 200, and I'll buy this other one.
I could do that.
All right.
Okay, so you could either have a revolver +1, or you can go for the rifle, which he's offering you, which is 1400.
Sold for the rifle.
Okay, that's called hunting
And how much for
rifle.
some ammo?
Well, the magical
Just
ammo
regular.
is... Oh, you've got limitless on board. You don't need that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's literally limitless in Atherin's gunnery store.
Okay.
Otherwise, the cannons would be costing you more to run than they would be gaining you in gold.
So 1400 for the rifle.
Hunting rifle, yeah, and you gain
And then-
200 from Deacon for your revolver.
Amulet of the Devout, you said?
Yeah, it should come up with a +1.
Yes.
Marvelous. Jamal, I don't know what to tell you about your ammunition. It's right the fuck here. I can add it to
Because I
Deacon's
can't
inventory.
find it on the list anywhere. It's not in the list.
Okay, let me just see what I typed. together.
What's the name of the rifle? Just
Hunting rifle, I believe.
All right.
Oh, I see a problem. Yep, okay, that's fine. I'll pull it over. In a second. The ammunition. In fact,
Gotcha.
you know what? I'll do it afterwards. It's just easier that way.
Yeah,
And
yeah, no
hunting
worry, no
rifle.
worry.
So, yeah. But it basically makes your weapon a +1 while you're using
Yeah,
that
yeah.
weapon. While you're using the ammunition.
Yeah, no worry.
Yes, well, does that conclude your shopping trip, or is there anything else that might interest you? I see you wear very fine armor there, Mr. Cleric.
I do.
I have something.
I'd like to also buy a
interesting.
small holster, just to tuck my revolver in
A
on,
small piece
on
of
my
leather
belt.
also is 1 gold.
Okay.
Okay. He says I got something that if you like to be the armored protected type, I've got something that might help you, but it's not cheap.
Well, cheap's about all I got left.
Well, should you come by again, I have a wand here which will enchant your armor.
Oh, I need ammo too.
How much
is
ammo
one
is on the ship unless you're trying to buy magical.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
For
stick with that then.
2,500 gold, I can upgrade your armor. Enchant
To-do.
magically with this wand. It'll give it a +1.
Oh, okay. I'll keep that in mind.
It's a pleasure
Might
doing
come
business
into
with you.
some coin soon.
You got anything
Yes,
to
it was a
sell?
pleasure. I don't.
You know, you've been pirating. You've got a cargo, no? You do have a cargo.
We do.
And you've been instructed to sell this by Sonia. Elris has said that it's worth about 10,000 gold.
Reselling?
The full
Just-
cargo of everything that you've
Oh, okay.
hoarded,
Yeah,
basically. But 9,000 of that is due to Sonia because it is her cargo, not yours.
Yes.
And should you offer, he will gladly pay. No haggling required.
Yeah. No. We'll sell that. We'll take our 1,000 gold.
Yeah.
I go outside. I talk to Bach. I send him away, and he'll come back, and he'll bring that flame tongue greatsword we had.
Yes.
I do have this. We might be willing to part ways with
this is
for the
an
right
excellent
price.
piece of work.
It
He
is.
turns it in his hand. I'll give you 1,200.
For a piece of work like this, that's all you can do? I was thinking at least 14.
I'll go meet you in the middle. 13.
13?
1,300.
We could do 1,300 and
Pleasure doing business with you.
split it between us.
Yep, so that 1,000 gold that you got is not split equally between the 4 of you, unfortunately. You will need to pay your crew
Gotta go do
and
crew
everybody
math.
else, so you can split 400 gold between you. But the 1,300's all yours.
So,
Probably should have started with the
100 from-
selling, shouldn't we?
100 each, right?
Yeah, 100 each,
and
and then
1300 divided by 4. Which is
that's
425.
425. Yeah, I reverse math. I made the math harder with my haggling that time.
Yeah, you did. I try and
Alright,
always
so-
offer easily divisible figures, and you're just like, nah, I want more monies.
That's right.
Well, could you also possibly do a man a favour, and I will give you something in return. It's only something very simple.
Potential.
You're probably staying at the Mucky Cup anyway, aren't you? You couldn't just hand this to the bartender, could you? He'll reward you. Might get you a free room for the night.
What is it?
It's simply a letter.
Letter?
Sealed.
Yeah. Yeah, we could do it.
Appreciate it. It's just a list of our, of different people that have arrived today. Haven't put your names on it, you'll have to introduce yourself.
That's quite alright. We
It's part of me, Joe.
almost prefer to keep a low profile.
Good, good. I imagine so. Is Sonia in town?
She might be.
Excellent. I have something for her when she's ready.
Hmm.
Sonia will
Well,
inevitably wander into the treasure trove on her own,
yeah.
should you ignore that completely.
Yeah. I was gonna say,
It's
if
maybe
we
fine.
run into her between now and then, we will let her know.
Wonderful. So, we'll have a good evening. And a good day.
Yeah, you the same.
Thank you. Just for reference, I didn't actually put the shopkeeper's name, give you the shopkeeper's name. But she is called... Let me just pull it up. She's called Phoebe.
Webby.
Oh, I'm typing that in the wrong notes. Sorry. That's not helping me in the slightest. I was like, yeah, I'll put it in your notes for you. And then I was like, put it in my own. I've got it twice. Fantastic. Yeah, so that's who that is. As you head over to town and wander over to the tavern, I think that's probably a really, really good place to stop.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, otherwise...
I'm pretty
it's,
sure Heather's making some really fucking good smelling food downstairs, and it has been killing me for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, well, also, I'm thinking if we stop now, we might have some time for some other stuff this afternoon. So, firstly, thank you so much for playing. Secondly, we must bring the MVP. I come first to... Oh, hello, Cretaceous. Welcome back. You must be fucking boiling over there.
Hey, it's me, a real human, not a dwarf. I know you guys are
Oh.
surprised.
Whoa!
You must be boiling. I like the way you're trying to extract this while keeping the headset on. I'm thoroughly impressed.
Jesus.
Um,
Yeah.
It's
holy
me,
shit.
guys.
I've been duped.
It's
So,
me, Cretaceous Beard.
I
The whole time.
Cretaceous beardy, 3 beards. No,
shall-
don't ask.
Don't ask. I shall come first to Jamel, your MVP for the session.
I'm gonna have to say, muting and deafening for this. No spoilers. Being drunk as hell, too drunk to be able to hear the story.
The sad story of Edith Lucy. Moon, your MVP
Forever
for
a
the day.
mystery.
My actually excellent cooking for once.
It was excellent cooking, you're not wrong. Cretaceous, your MVP for the day?
I gotta say, give it to the chef.
Give her the chef.
That was some immaculate grub making.
And
That was.
I'm gonna have to give it to the lightweights who can't drink to save their lives, and the healing potion Gatorade to cure a hangover.
well, mine
Yeah.
quite simply goes to the Wheel of Fortune. That blew my mind when it came up, and I was like, I don't like Jeopardy. She was telling a really sad story of his cursedness and how he's never able to grow older and he'll never seek love or family, and Dan brings out Jeopardy as the game.
Your Wheel of Fortune.
I just, my mind was blown by this. But
He pulls
it
out
was
his Pat Sajak fan club badge. He's like, listen, I'm the president, so...
fantastic. I also got to give, obviously, courteous thank you to Cretaceous for coming, and also for repeating the Edith Wheezy intro 4 times, as this was prepped by me specifically, so we had to hear Edith Wheezy 483s, don't ask, over and over again. That just made my day.
So good. It's
So for
good.
those of you who don't know, Edith Wheezy originally arrived in our Forgotten Realms campaign, Seeking Vivian, which you can find on the YouTube channel should you wish. There are some excellent highlights you may find about Wolfgang's magical nuts and his potion of growth, amongst various other things.
So
and yeah, Edith Wheezy turned up during Fredegar Fleetfoot's one-shot, actually, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you find Fredegar Fleetfoot's one-shot, you'll find the original incarnation of Edith Wheezy, and she was so fantastic, we thought, We need more of that, and here she is. So yeah, absolutely loved that. Moon, I'm really enjoying the sort of flavor of the cooking character. I've never had somebody make such use out of a tools in a campaign, which is great fun.
Yeah, that's very cool.
So good.
Jamal,
All
I still love the
truly
fact.
want is
Go
a
on.
fucking item that gives me advantage on cooking.
Yeah, he sells it, the treasure trove, but you can't afford it yet.
I figured.
So you can go back there in time. I figured it was a bit harsh to wave multiple items in front of you couldn't afford. Jamal, I love the fact that you always spend long over your character sheet and have now made the most complicated character anyone has ever seen. This has definitely made my day.
Till his next character.
And Dan, honestly, it's a real pleasure having someone properly hold down the fort, taking leadership of the reins, just making decisions with ease.
I do have to say one thing real quick though,
Yep.
to be fair. I didn't do anything this particular session that was so super character sheet
Oh,
complicated.
actually, I want to change my MVP. My MVP is the fucking NPC that prepped and did all Jamal's complicated bullshit before he could.
Good old Forrest Blackfly, he's on the boat for specifically that reason and he's getting off the boat now. Also, actually a minor MVP to Jamal's carpentry knowledge, which just turned up randomly in the middle of an episode. Unlike rolling dice, he's like, I'm going to tell you exactly how this is going to happen so you understand this dice is not necessary. And then rolls
Yeah,
a
he
21
mansplained
anyway.
that whole thing.
Yeah, it was beautiful. So we are going to call it there. We will be raiding as Asgards are live, and we do like them. So this is Asgard's D&D Adventures. They're on a
Gang.
lovely set of campaigns. We try and raid them every Sunday because honestly they're just pretty cool. I nearly ended up playing in one of their campaigns actually, but unfortunately I ended up
that's cool.
crashing. But yeah, they're
can't
really lovely
believe-
people.
One thing I still can't believe, I can't believe that's the second fucking lightweight drunkard character I've made. The
It's
second
just-
time that's
is it the
happened.
same one? It's just
Oh,
you've
dude,
been
as soon
drunk
as you
twice?
did that, I went and I
No,
looked.
no,
Sorry.
they're stock from another campaign which you
Oh, right,
weren't,
yeah,
which
well,
you're
part of.
nowhere near even
There are
close to,
campaigns
but
I'm
he's
not
an
in.
absolutely lightweight as well.
Who knew this? Didn't know anybody ran a D&D session I wasn't in. But yeah,
I know, right?
please bring your love and send it outwards to our wonderful Asgard's D&D Adventures. We will be live again tomorrow for Night Below, followed by the Return of the Cassiopeia. First episode, which Kira will be DMing, and I look forward to it. I'll
This
see
will
you
be
all soon.
interesting.
Thanks for coming,
Bye.
guys. If you'd like to say goodbye.
Catch you next time.
Bye.